controversy that has come from this video that I posted. I wanted to come on here and read some of the messages that my students are sending me during some of the messages that they've been sending me.
Bro, stop breathing so hard.
During this time. Hey, bestie. I really hope that you see this message.
First sign of something. I'm not even going to say what it is. First sign of something. Why are your students calling you bestie? Are you a girl? Like, for children to, like, you gotta understand, a teacher is an authority figure, right? I'm never going to call a police officer, hey, bestie. I'm never going to call any type of authority figure, hey, bestie. So that's the first thing. These children are calling this man bestie. I don't want anybody calling me bestie. I'm not your goddamn bestie. I don't want no woman calling me bestie. My kids can't call me bestie. No student can call me bestie. Nobody on the planet can call me bestie. I'm not a woman. That's girl shit. So that's the first thing.
How are you?
Somebody said started from the back. Okay, I'll start over. But everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Drop your shit in the chat and share this video. Share this video. Share this video. Share this video. Because the thing about it is, we all either have kids or either we all are going to have kids in the future. And we have to be able to have this conversation because your kid either is in school or will be in school. And you need to know how to deal with situations like this. If your kid comes home and tell you something about, having a male teacher. So everybody hit the like button and share this video. Hit the like button, share this video.
Mixed all the controversy that has come from this video that I posted. I wanted to come on here and read some of the messages that my students are sending me during.
Bro, stop.
Some of the messages
Read.
that they've been sending me.
Oh my God. Stop.
During this time. Hey, bestie. I really hope that you see this message. How are you? I hope that you're okay.
Oh my God. First, I want to say this. Anybody, male or female, who turns on a camera and starts crying, they're not really crying. Because whatever you felt when you got fired, when your dog died, or when your grandmama passed away, whatever it is, when you got a divorce, whatever it is that happened in your life, you cried already. You cried already. There's no reason to turn on a camera, get in front of a microphone, and start crying. Like, stop, sir, stop. If you cry, if you're sad, you cried already before you turn on goddamn camera. Hear this nigga go crying and shit. Shut up.
Our class misses you so much, and we really want you to know that we love you and we miss you so much and can't wait for you to come back. I can't believe that.
Yeah, this nigga out here crying like a bitch. Shut up. Just read goddamn paper. Shit. This nigga crying.
Taking some.
Real quick, I know y'all want to see the video. Do y'all remember the stupid female therapist, and she was running around twerking and stuff? Put a one in the chat if y'all remember the little female therapist that was on TikTok, the TikTok therapist that would be twerking and shit. And then when her dumb ass got fired, she started, they fired me. Like, stop doing dumb mess and you wouldn't be worrying about getting fired. Y'all remember that? Put a one in the chat if y'all remember that TikTok therapist that was running around dancing and twerking and stuff, talking about men are trash or whatever. and she got fired and started crying on. Man, shut up.
Body's hair out is such a big deal, and it makes me so mad that people make little things big things. I want you to know that the class and others got your back. We will always stand behind you.
We'll always stand
We're out
behind
for you
you.
no matter what happens. We got you. Again, we miss you and we love you so much. And can't wait for you to come back. I wish
No,
that this
not come
never
back,
happened
sir.
because it feels like we're losing you.
Stop. And another thing that shows you that this cornball is lying about crying. Who put this sad music in the background? Listen to sad ass music. The man don't got the sad music playing here in front of the little podcast microphone, and he's crying. Man, shut your dumb ass up. Where did music come from, sir? Listen to the music, y'all.
Come back soon. Don't be gone too long because if you're not back by Monday, I know something's up.
Listen to the music.
Anyways, I also made sure that the classroom was clean before we left. Love you, miss you. Love you, miss you. See you later. Hi, Mr. White. We've been seeing all this stuff going on, and so has your other former students, and I just...
All right, and for those who don't know what the hell is going on, and you're wondering why you're sitting here looking at a grown man crying in this video, this man actually, let me see. Let me see if I can fast forward a little bit after he gets done crying like a bitch, and you'll be able to kind of see what actually happened. So, all right, so here we go. This is what actually happened. And if anybody wants to hear him cry some more, we can go back. But I want to show everybody and give everybody context on why we're watching some grown ass man crying. So hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, and hit the like button.
Helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing, and people were just making it weird. So of course I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school, and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video, and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out, and they all agreed. Number two, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of...
Okay, so that is the context of this video, and this is what we're going to talk about. Does anybody want to go back and listen to what the hell the dude was crying about or no? So I want to make sure. Do y'all want me to go back and listen, and y'all can hear what the little students were saying about when he was crying or no? Yes or no? Mr. Lego, you had a woman on Facebook defending him. I had a woman on Facebook defending him. A woman can defend him? I don't understand. First of all, where are Facebook people? Yo, if you're on Facebook, put a 1 in the chat. What's happening here? Where are the Facebook people? Facebook people, put a 1 in the chat if you're on Facebook. Why don't I see any Facebook comments? I just want to make sure we good. Everybody on Facebook, put a 1 in the chat and hit the like button. All y'all on Facebook, I see all these ones. Ain't none of y'all hit the like button. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's why I was wondering if y'all don't hit the freaking like button, Facebook and YouTube, y'all tripping. Hit the like button, y'all. Y'all tripping. Everybody hit the like button and share this video. Hit the like button, share this video. Hit the like button, share this video. Hit the like button, share this video. My students used to play with my hair all the time when I taught. Well, Brandy, you're a woman, so that's a little bit of a difference, but that's still inappropriate also as a teacher, period, because you are an authority figure. Would you walk up and start playing with a police officer's hair? I'll ask you this again. Anybody can answer. If you've seen someone playing with a police officer's hair with a gun and badge, would that be inappropriate? Yes, because a police officer is an authority figure, and you don't play with authority figures' hair. So, what are you talking about? I'll let somebody play with my hair. Well, I ain't gonna say you need to be fired. Probably got fired. I don't know, but no, this is just it's inappropriate. All right, so nobody wants to go back. Let's go back a little bit. Let's see what you got to say.
Go to if I was having any problems.
I was having any problems.
Continue being you, and don't let anyone change that. For the GOAT. What's up, Mr.
Not the
White?
GOAT.
I know that your situation may not be looking the best, but just know that you'll get through it, and we all know your real intentions. Remember, you're...
Bro! I would ask you to believe him if he don't have this sad music playing. Isn't it get on TikTok, play some sad music, get in front of a microphone, and start crying? So I want to say this, just to start this off. I just want to say this. I want to start off by saying because this man may be a good teacher, right? This man may be a good teacher, loving teacher, right? So I just want to say, with all sincerity, with all empathy, because I'm a father, so I understand. I just want to say this. Shut your bitch ass up. Crying and shit. Shut up. Go drive a forklift or something.
Remember your Bruce Lee quote.
Look at this dog.
Your Bruce Lee quote.
Go drive a forklift. Shut your dumb ass up.
P.S. Your Air Maxes are in the boys' locker room.
That don't even sound right. Your Air Maxes are in the boys' locker room. What? All right, so look, see, this is the problem with our society. One, these half-gay men running around, crying and shit, acting like women, and then two, men being besties with women. It's all gay to me. It's all gay to me. And I'm sick of it. Okay. So, is it inappropriate for a male middle school teacher to ask his female students to unbraid his hair? The answer is yes. It is very inappropriate. Okay. Go to a hair salon, you woman. Okay. That's where women go to get their hair unbraided. A hair salon. Not a middle school full of young girls. I just talked about Drake liking young girls. You like young girls too, you little PDF file? What's wrong with these little bitch ass weirdos? So, I am a father of 2 daughters. Okay. So for anybody who's like, you're doing this, you're reaching or whatever. I'm a father of 2 daughters, okay? So there's nowhere in you know what? Actually, everybody hit the like button, everybody hit the like button, everybody hit the like button, everybody hit the like button. I'm gonna call my daughters myself. Let's see. Let me see who answers the phone. They might not answer the phone. 1 o'clock. Okay. One daughter not answering the phone. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Call my other daughter. I call my daughter. Hold on. Okay. Because I think it would be fun to hear what my daughters would think I would do.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
So I'm on YouTube Live. So I just want to ask you a question. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So remember when you was in middle school and say you had a male teacher, and when y'all about to get out of school, the male teacher asks you and say 4 other of your friends if you would take his hair down and unbraid his hair, right?
Right.
If you came home and told me how your day was, and you told me about how your male teacher asked you to take his hair down, what do you think I would say and do?
Your first question would be why,
Mm-hmm.
and if I didn't answer it in the way that you would like, you would keep saying why.
Mm-hmm.
I figure out why it was inappropriate for me to be taking his hair down.
Okay.
And then you would probably come into the school, talk to mommy about it, and come into the school.
Mm-hmm. And put my foot in his butt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So because a lot of people in the chat was like, he didn't do anything wrong. And most likely they're, you know, single mothers and women who don't have men in their lives, because a lot of times, you know, women look at things as harmless, like, oh, it's okay, it's harmless, it's, you know, and then it's okay for a woman to think like that, you know, because it's you know, women have their roles and men have our roles, and we are the protective figures, you know. But what do you think is wrong with that situation? And you know, like, why would some other young girl think it's okay to do that, in your opinion? Or what is your thoughts on that situation altogether?
It's like 50-50, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
My man he's holding a bearded dragon, for God's sake. So I guess for me, it's the whole having to record things, putting things on social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little off.
Yeah.
But I think there's a very, very thin line between things, and
Yeah.
teachers should always remain professional at all
Right.
times. That's
Right.
just my.
Okay, let's go this way. What if you heard that I had, how old is middle school people? How old are they? What, 14?
At the oldest, probably 14 at the oldest.
Okay, if you found out, say I had hair, right? And you found out that I went live and I had a bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds taking my hair down on YouTube or something. What would you think of me? What would you do? Like, what would you say to me? Like, what would you say?
I probably would think it would be weird.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I just wanted to, because, you know, I'm brash and, you know, I say certain things and people like, oh my God, you're whatever, right? So I just wanted to hear from my own kids to see what they would think, because I raised y'all, and because this is the thing, you know. So yeah, and say hey to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
So I'll call you back.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too.
So yeah, just in case anybody thinks I'm crazy or I'm out of line or I'm mean or what, no, this shit is weirdo behavior. And for this man to have these children saying, "Hey bestie," is gay as hell. That means those children actually see them as their gay bestie or as a female and not a male authority figure, because women don't call men besties, especially when the male is like 10 years older than them. Said by nobody. So that's some weird stuff right there. "Hey bestie." And then this nigga sitting here on live crying and shit. So let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on, because I got a lot of TikTok people that, and I don't really want to play the video because I don't want to just be playing these girls' faces. So we're gonna move on from that. I can't not show their faces. They all on social media, but it is what it is.
At all.
All right, so now everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. So the next thing I wanted, what I did was I went on this little cornballs Instagram page, and I was like, let me see who this dude is and get an understanding of his character. So apparently he's some teacher, social media influencer, but I want y'all to pay attention to the context of the videos that he is putting out on social media, and let me know, is this weird? Check this out.
I ain't fresh. I ain't fresh. You're not fresh. No. At all. No, sir. You just gotta take your L, bro. Sometimes.
Thanks, man. Now remember, one, he's a teacher, social media influencer. So usually when teacher, social media influencers are on social media about what's going on in their classroom, most likely, and I'm quite sure, their kids follow the teacher. That just makes sense, right? The kids follow the teacher on social media because he's a teacher, social media influencer, right? This is what he's playing on his social media. So is this weirdo shit that you are posting on your page, or is it okay shit? So check this out.
How was your birthday, man? What was your wish for this year?
Well, kind of hung out in Vegas.
So this is P. Diddy for the people who are on Instagram watching. And Instagram, come over to YouTube, Mr. Lego on YouTube, so y'all can see the videos.
Show, and went to the after party, and I don't know, it wasn't enough chicks, man. It's dudes, you know, it was like a sausage fest, man.
That sounded like the type of night I want to have in Vegas.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
Well, you know, just like, you know, my homie just threw a party, and a bunch of families, you know, man. You know.
I just feel like we gotta utilize that time.
Maybe next time, bro.
Right now.
Right now? Well,
is this appropriate when you have a whole bunch of children following you on your Instagram page? This is now you're talking about.
I got dinner, you know, with my chick, bro.
Dinner's on me.
Well, thank you, man, but I really gotta go, man. You know, swear to God.
Don't bring a God into this situation.
No, I wasn't. I was just like,
I'll shut the fuck up.
ah, man, come on, just chill the fuck out, man.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
All right, man. Yo, fuck you. I'm out of here, man.
So that's the first weird TikTok, right? Here's another weird TikTok. Why does this man have his hair like a girl? Look at this. Why does this man have his hair in two buns like a girl? Is this weird or no? Yes or no? Put in the chat. Is this weird or no? Why does this man have his hair like a girl?
Come on, none of it's true. None of it's true. It's BS. They made it up. They lie.
Not only does he have his hair in puffs like a girl, he's talking with the Michael Jackson voice. Talking about what? Talking about what, y'all? Now think about this. Sit back and think about when Michael Jackson said what he said. No, it's all lies. No, they're making this up. It's all lies. What were the lies about, y'all? Let's talk real quick before I play this again. No, actually, let me play it and then we'll talk about it.
None of it's true. None of it's true. None of it's true. It's BS. They made it up.
What was Michael Jackson specifically talking about with that track? They made what up? They were calling him a PDF file. They were saying he liked little kids. So, see, these weirdos always leave breadcrumbs to who they actually are. These weirdos always leave breadcrumbs to who they are. Diddy always left breadcrumbs to who he actually was. Drake, we are learning that he's always left breadcrumbs to show who he was. All of these weirdos leave breadcrumbs to tell everybody who they actually are. So if this man is not a PDF file, and if he's not getting so much internal enjoyment by hanging around these little girls and letting them take down his hair, why is he doing this video about P. Diddy, about P. Diddy wanting to smash him, and then another video about Michael Jackson PDF file allegations?
None of it's true. None of it's true. None of it's true. It's BS. They made
with the little bitch buns in his hair.
Made it up. They lie.
I'm the cool young teacher. Of course I'm everyone's favorite. What you need?
I just wanted to say hi to my favorite teacher.
What's good, my boy?
What's good?
I'm the cool young teacher. Of course all my students try to skip class to be in.
I'm the cool young teacher. I'm the cool young teacher. Why you got to be the cool young teacher? The cool young teacher. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? If it was a female teacher sitting there saying, I'm the cool young teacher, everybody would want to have sex with her. Yes or no? If it was a female sitting right there with their lesson plan saying, I'm the cool young teacher, everybody likes me, all of us will be sitting here salivating, wanting to smash her. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? If it was a pretty female teacher sitting on that desk talking about, I'm a cool young teacher, we all be trying to fuck. We be like, ooh, what class? I mean, what school she go to? So for a dude to be saying the same words, I think this dude is not only in the kids, but possibly in the dudes, because we men do not present ourselves as, hey, I'm the cool young teacher. We don't talk like that. Other than a rapper saying his name is Young Jeezy or Young this, Young that, in no other profession is a man saying, hey, I'm a young so-and-so. That just sounds weird. Young people want to be grown. So when they're young, they want to be grown. So they don't want to say they're young because they're young. And then older people want to be young, right? So the only person that would actually want to act like they're young is a young dude. I mean, is an older dude. Young dudes want to be, older. So the last thing a 20-year-old man would be walking around saying is, I'm the cool young teacher. You sound gay, sir.
My room.
Yo, Mr. Light, can I come here?
Don't you have class right now?
Yeah, but we're not doing that.
Dude, go.
October 307 said, I'm a cool young
I'm a cool
accountant.
young teacher. Of course I join in on the fun instead of just watching my students play. Hey.
Yo, pause. I'm the cool young teacher. Of course I join in on a fun. Pause.
Let me get that. Money. I'm the cool young teacher. Of course I get told all the tea. So why are they fighting?
Okay, so basically Bianca said that.
What? You're the cool young teacher. Of course I get called. I get all the tea. Let's back this up. Let's back this part up. What? Turn this part up right here. I don't be running around calling people gay. Or if the dude gay, I'll say it. But this nigga gay. Listen to this shit.
I get told all the tea. So
Sorry. I didn't back it up long enough. Turn this part up, y'all. Listen to this.
Young teacher. Of course I get told all the tea. So why are they fighting?
Okay, so basically Bianca said that her hair looked a mess.
I'm so glad this nigga got fired. I'm so glad this nigga got fired. He don't need to be around nobody's kids. He need to be around a whole bunch of sissy men, and yeah, he need to get on TikTok and do some little sissy dances or something. One more time.
Young teacher. Of course I get told all the tea. So why are they fighting?
Okay, so basically Bianca said that her hair looked a mess, and she
And it
didn't like
did?
it. It did.
I'm the cool
Gay and PDF file. Exactly, Carl. This shit is alarming.
young teacher. Of course me and my students call each other bruh.
What's up, bro?
Good, bruh.
Hi.
Type. I'm the
So let's go a little farther. I got a lot more to talk about, but let's go a little farther. I don't call my kids bruh, and they don't call me bruh. Nobody, I don't call no female bruh. If I'm dating a woman, she can't call me bruh. See, the thing about it is, I'm an authority figure to women. I'm an authority figure to my kids. So the only person that can call me bruh is another man, because I'm an authority figure to everybody else other than men. But young men can't call me bruh because I'm an authority figure. So when you're an authority figure, you don't run around letting children call you bruh unless you don't have any authority. Look at the dude, though. Just look at the dude. Look how he looks. He looks like, I ain't even gonna say it. I ain't even gonna say what he looks like, but what does he look like to y'all? I'm gonna take myself out of it. What does he look like to y'all? What do y'all see right here in this picture? Drop in the chat. What do y'all see in this picture? Anyone with a functioning brain knows what he's doing is not right. R. Kelly. Yeah, he looks like a young R. Kelly. He looks like a PDF file. I would not want this man around my kids. He looks like a predator. Exactly. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button, y'all. For some reason, the likes are not showing up where they usually show up at. So, somebody said a cult leader, a S offender. Yeah. Yeah, he a little, that's all I'm saying, man. This is bad.
Of course I rarely have behavioral issues.
Yes, because all the children want to fuck you, sir. Of course they're going to be good in your class. That's why they're good in your class, because they're waiting on an opportunity to do something with you. Let me tell y'all a quick story about that. When I was a kid, that is. So let me tell you a quick story about when I wanted to fuck my teacher, like those girls wanted to fuck their teacher. All right. And hold on one second. I'm gonna drop the link if y'all want to come up. I'm dropping the link if y'all want to come up and share your opinion on this. So I just dropped the link if anybody wants to come up. So I'm gonna tell y'all this story real quick. And yeah. This story is going to help y'all. For the people who are wondering why I have this stance on this weirdo ass dude. Why is this such a bad thing? When I was in the 6th grade, I remember this like yesterday, because in my mind, because she probably old as hell now. So, but I'll just stay with the story. When I was in the 6th grade, I had a beautiful Holly Berry looking teacher. Like, imagine having your teacher, and she looks just like the 15-year-old Holly Berry, the swordfish Holly Berry when she showed her titties. That Holly Berry. I was in the 6th grade, and I had a teacher that looked just like the swordfish Holly Berry. Do y'all remember the swordfish Holly Berry when she showed her titties? Her name was Miss Brown, and I had the biggest crush on her. I literally wanted to marry her. Literally. If this woman were to ask me if I would like to help her with anything, I don't care what it is. If I would have got the opportunity to just touch her hand, I would have jumped at the opportunity. To actually touch her, to actually touch her hair, to actually touch her neck. You know, she wanted me to take her hair down. Hey guys, can y'all help me take my hair down? Right? I would have jumped at the opportunity to touch her shoulder, to touch her hair, to touch her arm, to just touch her. And if I would have got that opportunity, I would have probably came all over that girl's back, that lady's back. She would have had cum dripping down her back because I wanted to have sex with her. So when I look at this young man and how he has these young girls braiding his hair, something that he doesn't understand, maybe because he doesn't have kids, maybe because he's stupid, or maybe because he's enjoying the female attention from children. These little girls, and I hope this doesn't offend nobody, but they want to have sex with him. Regardless of how inappropriate it is, they want him. Because when I was their age, I wanted my female teacher. I wanted to fuck the shit out of my female teacher when I was a kid. So this little weirdo is sitting here thinking it's okay, you know, it's harmless, but in their little minds, it's not harmless. In their minds, it's not harmless. Them little girls want to fuck him. So even though he might be this amazing, nice, happy, socially awkward teacher, what he doesn't realize is he has these little girls thinking they may have a chance with him. Little girls actually think they have a chance with a teacher. So even though he may not even understand the levity and the weight of which he is putting himself into as far as a responsibility standpoint, them little girls want to do something with him that he has no idea of.
I'm a cool young teacher. Of course. Highly inappropriate to ask your teacher, but the yacht is preferred.
Hold on, what? Hold on. Highly inappropriate what? Hold on, let's see. Let's see what he just said.
Of course, some of my students get a little too comfortable, and I have to remind them that I'm not your friend, I'm your teacher.
Well, they call you bruh, sir. How? See, this is the problem. It's lack of boundaries. How in the world do you, on one hand, be like, what's going on, bruh? Yeah, bruh. And then who did what? You know, getting the teeth from the little kids and shit and letting them braid your hair like a bitch. But then at the same time, turn around and say, my kids don't, hold on, let him say
teacher. Of course, some of my students get a little too comfortable, and I have to remind them that I'm not your friend, I'm your teacher.
They call you bestie, you idiot. What are you talking about? Are you dumb?
I got a question. Do you prefer a girl with a pretty face with no butt? I mean, I got a big butt.
So even your male students are talking to you like you're their bestie.
Highly inappropriate to ask your teacher, but the yacht is preferred. Not gonna lie.
Ever wonder what?
Bruh. Turn this down. Sorry for the volume. Turn this one down. I'm telling y'all right now, turn your volume down just a little bit because this video is super loud. I'm gonna say it again. This video right here is super loud. Sorry for the volume change. I didn't know it. So this one is super loud. I don't know why it's super loud, but it's super loud.
What teachers do after school.
All right, we're about to race. We're about to race down the hallway. Me and my skate friend. My co-worker.
Why don't this man go home? Does he ever go home? Why don't this man go home? Because he ain't got no woman. He don't get no pussy. He wants to sit around and hang out with children all goddamn day. And y'all don't think there's something wrong with this? Oh, I got some people. I ain't see y'all down there. Outlaw, I need to see your face. I need to see your face, Outlaw. Outlaw, I need to see your face. I want to make sure I'm not bringing up any weirdo people. I need to see your face, Outlaw. What's up, Cookie? Hello? Hello? I can't come in. Okay. I'll drop the link again because anybody who wants to come up, hit the link. Anybody who wants to come up, hit the link. All right, so they'll come back. Something was wrong with their audio. But look at this shit. Why don't this lame ass dude go home? This is after school, and he wants to go skating with a bunch of kids instead of go get some pussy. Sir, what is wrong with you?
About to race down the hallway. Me and my skate friend. My co-worker.
See, there's always signs. There's always signs to weirdos, PDF files, and dudes who like young women. How do I join? Hit the link, hit the link, hit the link. There's a link that I just dropped in the chat. All right, so I'm gonna hit it one more time. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Hit the link. It says StreamYard. Click the link if you're on YouTube, and you'll be able to come up. But I need to be able to see your face because I want to make sure you're not some crazy person. So everybody, if you want to come up, because a lot of people in the chat saying I want to come up, hit the link, but I got to see your face. All right, so here we go. This man ain't got no friends. You don't go. There ain't no basketball court you want to go on. You want to just skate down the hallway in school, sir?
She's so bad. All right.
Where should we start from?
You gotta stand right now.
This shit is so inappropriate.
You gotta stand.
We'll race this way. We'll come down.
This shit is so inappropriate.
So I gotta go that way.
Yeah, we'll go down.
This nigga want to run around skating in the school.
Hey, you gotta have your hands out.
On live.
Hands first.
She's my TikTok model.
Look at this shit. What's going on, Gabe? Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, well. Maybe somebody, I don't know. Here we go.
Are y'all ready? On your mark, get set, go.
Deep breath.
That's your last stop.
I wish my daughter would come home and say, hey, daddy, me and my male teacher by ourselves were skating up and down the hallways after school when nobody else is in the school. So y'all think I'm reaching. It's him and two 12-year-olds skating up and down the hall of an empty school. Look at this shit. Y'all don't think this is not inappropriate? Why are you hanging out with children, roller skating with them after school in an empty ass school?
Girl with a pretty face, with no butt. I got a big butt. Highly inappropriate to ask your teacher, but the yacht is preferred. Not gonna lie.
Ever wonder what teachers do after school?
All right, we're about to race.
Teachers who aren't PDF files, they go home. That's what teachers do after school. They take their asses home.
Perfect.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, so you're saying that this guy is a pedophile for hanging out with his student?
Whoa. Don't say that. I said PDF file. That is something that you get from you download. I did not say that. I said he is a PD. He seems like a PDF file. So please use the word PDF file if you could. Can you do that?
Sure. How is he that?
Because YouTube policies.
Oh yeah, I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
So how is he that? All he's doing is just making the room more entertaining. Like he's just making the students have fun instead of just teaching them boring lessons. As a student, it's horribly boring for a teacher not to put some type of entertainment in. He's just making them he's not trying to be weird. You're coming off and saying that everything he's trying to go get, he should go get pussy, like every teacher should. What if he's married? What if he has a wife and kids?
Okay. Let me answer all your questions. One, he does not have a wife and kids. He has a dog. Okay, because I checked his Instagram. Because the thing about it is, you want to get context, right? So I wanted to know, does this man have a wife and kids? You feel me? So I checked that. He does not. He only has a dog. Okay. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, this is after school, sir.
So
hold on. This is after school. This is extremely inappropriate. There are nobody else. The school is empty. That's a girl. That's another girl. So he's skating up and down an empty school hallway with two 13-year-old girls.
And there's cameras all over the school to clarify. And he's posting it on TikTok. Why would he, if he was going to do anything, post it online, be in his public setting where there's cameras everywhere? I mean, cameras everywhere. And he's posting online for the entire world to see. Why would he?
Let me ask you a question. I'm not saying he's doing something to them now. This is how they start. You build a rapport with them. Y'all are roller skating. And then he turns around and says, hey, how about we go roller skating out of here? Or he's like, whoa, you can really skate. Oh yeah, I can skate a little bit. Well, I can't skate as good as you, Mr. So-and-so. Well, actually, I'm about to go to the skating ring. How about we just leave the school and go to the skating ring and I'll teach you how to skate. Little whatever her name is. Hold on. Like, allow the information to. Right. Just, I'm not here to argue. I want to have a conversation, right? So he turns around and says, hey, You like how I skate? Let's go to the skating ring around the corner. And she's like, okay. And then her and the other girl, they go skating. Next thing you know, they have some punch. And next thing you know, something happens after that. So with the scenario that not what you just seen, the scenario I painted, is it still inappropriate that 2 12 13-year-olds go skating with the teacher after they leave the skating area in there?
Have they done that yet?
I'm just asking a question.
Well, yeah, it would be immature without the parents' permission. But
right.
If they're still in a public setting, they're still at school. I mean, the parents probably know. I mean, like,
your parents probably know what? You know, a lot of these young, hold on, you do know a lot of these people, these children, they don't have parents. They have a single mother.
Okay, but
single mother
they still probably notified. Not to mention,
notify who?
Notified them.
How many parents did you grow up with? How many parents did you grow up with?
2. I'm a student. I still have
2 parents, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So because you have 2 parents, and I don't want to really get all in your business because I don't want you to be like, no, this is not about me. But because you have 2 parents, your parents can come up to your school at any time because it's 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Right. So imagine if you had 1 parent and your one.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, your 1 parent, say they had 2 jobs in order, because you're young, but do you realize that rent is extremely high?
Yeah.
Okay. So say you had 1 parent. Do you think your 1 parent will have more of an issue paying bills because it's 1 person instead of 2?
Yeah.
Right. So they will probably have to work overtime, work longer, probably have to work 2 jobs, right?
Yeah.
And this is possibly, because we don't know why these young girls are hanging out with a teacher in an inappropriate situation that parent probably either doesn't know or doesn't care because they trying to pay the bills. They on their second job and they don't even know where the hell their kid is. Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying. It's difficult for them, for being a 1 parent, to have multiple jobs and not be able to be told or get permission from. Yes. But I doubt, but just the fact, like, if he's going to do it, and we don't know that he's already done it, first of all. We don't know that he will do it.
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying there's a huge possibility that these things turn into something bigger.
But that's saying that every male teacher could potentially be a rapist because,
don't say those words.
Oh, certain word,
right?
Because, that's infactual. That's saying that every man could be
factual,
but not every man is. But not every man.
If you see a grown man skating up and down a hallway with 12-year-old girls that are not his, is a very good chance that he is either doing something or grooming them to do something in the future. See, a lot of things, you want to be argumentative, hold on, let's just have a conversation. A lot of things start incrementally, very slow. Like, for example, you meet a girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say you want to have sex with her.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just take her behind the bleachers and start whack?
No.
No. What do you first got to do? You got to say, hey, I think you're pretty, right?
And then take them on a date, yeah.
And then get her phone number. The incremental. You got to get her phone number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to her on the phone a little while, right? But all in your mind, you like, I'm about to get this ass, right? And then next thing you know, at some point you take her skating or you take her on a date, right?
Yeah.
But you got to remember, you got the Birdman hands. All you thinking about is like, I'm about to tear his ass up. But incrementally, you have to slow roast her, right?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a weird way of saying
I know. As a man, I'm just saying, you see a girl and your number one thought process is you want to boink her, right?
Well,
you slow roast her. It's just how life is. You slow roast her. Right.
But that's me and a girl. That's not me and a 12-year-old.
What I'm saying is you can't expect him, if he wants to do the same thing with them girls, he's going to be like, hey, get over here, or let's do it in the school. No, he got to slow roast them too. He got to play around with them and do all these little goofy things with him. Let him call him his bestie or whatever, which is inappropriate. Skate with him after school, up and down the damn hallways when ain't nobody around. It's the same slow roasting, bro.
Well, I see what you mean, but I have to disagree because I'm a student and I have teachers that I am cool with that I call bro. And
you skate with them?
What do you mean skate with them? No, but we hang out way many hours after school.
Doing what?
To practice. Well, I'm in choir, so I sing.
Whoa. They're not in choir. They ain't doing shit. So it's a difference. There's a specific reason why you're hanging out with teachers, because it's something that you're doing after school. But what if it's nothing to do after school and there's no choir, there's no football practice, there's no nothing? Would you just hang out with a teacher after school?
I can see how that could be weird. Yes, but I just don't think that it's taking it that far. Because I mean,
how?
You'd first have to look at how many years this guy's been teaching, and then if there's been anything that has been brought up. If there's not, then it's still, sure, it's inappropriate situation, but I don't think what he's doing is entirely wrong. I mean,
and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you feeling like that. So I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong, because I may be wrong. That man probably ain't did nothing. I personally don't think he did anything. But what I'm looking at as a father,
I can see how that
as somebody that is grooming young girls in order for it to happen in the future.
Well, I mean, how do we know that? How do we know that he's grooming them?
I didn't say no. I said think. I don't know. Keep that in mind. I don't know. Okay. So I want you to think about this. Are you familiar with Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you familiar with Dan Schneider of Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Grooming the girls to sleep with them later on.
Yeah. Well, he gave off signs that he was really creepy, like really creepy. And the very
like hold on, you said really creepy, right? Like this creepy? This type of creepy? Or
yeah, that
this
is
type of creepy? Skating with people? Because Dan Schneider was doing the same stuff. Dan Schneider was hanging out with the girls.
He was, but he was also like touching them, like he like massaged their like backs when in interviews.
Oh, hold on.
He'd wrap his hand around their lower waist.
You mean, let's see, like this? Like this?
They're just braiding his hair and they're talking and laughing. I mean, he's not.
He's still not touching.
He's not touching them. They're touching him and like braiding his hair. But Snyder was actually like grabbing girls.
The grooming is touching a normality. So if they can, it's like this. Say we're on a football field, right? And I slap you on your butt, right?
Yeah, that's instantly harassment.
No, it's football. That's what they do.
Well, I mean, if it's a male teacher, then yeah, it's weird.
I get it. Coaches slap the guy, slap the players football on the butt. Yeah. Football players, they hit each other on the forehead. I mean, they always touch each other, right?
Yeah.
When they get a touchdown, they pick each other up, right?
Yeah.
Right. So say it's one player that nobody touches. He gets a touchdown and they just like this and that. But they don't hit him they don't hit him on the head, they don't slap his butt, they don't pick him up. Would you feel comfortable touching him in particular?
Wait, say what you mean again? So one football player doesn't?
You're on a football team, right? Yeah. And all the players are playing with each other, picking each other up when they score a touchdown on the sideline, hit each other on the butt. But it's one player that you never seen anybody slap on the butt. Would you slap that person on the butt versus the rest of the guys?
Well, then, I mean, probably not, no, because, you know.
Why?
Well, I mean, most teams, because I used to play soccer, and when we would score touchdowns, I wouldn't slap people's butts or anything because I think that's
weird. But you'll touch them.
But yeah, you touch them. Because I was friends with him.
But if there's one dude that ain't nobody touched before, would you touch him?
No, because I don't probably know him. I mean, unless I know him. Unless I
So
know
my
him.
point is, touching, whether it's appropriate or inappropriate, has to start incrementally also. So if the girls are okay with touching him, now it's okay in their minds for him to touch them. So if he does touch them on the shoulder, he does touch them on their back, guess what? They're not going to be like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? No, because touching has already started. Just like the football player. There's always one player on a team like, bro, I ain't with all that. Don't you touch me. And he don't say it. You just know not to hit him on the butt. You know not to pick him up after a touchdown because he just ain't one of them dudes. But when touching starts, touching continues, even with men.
I have a question. Okay, so let's say you're in a health class and there's a part where they have to use like a stethoscope or whatever it's called to like they have to like physically touch your body to like place the circular part to hear your heartbeat. Would that not be considered little increments?
No, because they're touching me with the stethoscope. And even though if they have to, they're not touching me, they're looking for something. So there's a purpose behind them touching me. It's not, oh, can you scratch my back? It's not, hey, can you braid my hair? It's to make sure I don't have a tumor or some shit. You feel me?
So then when comparing it with football and people are celebrating, how is that considered bad? But
celebrating is fun. Checking for a tumor is checking for a tumor.
Well, this is like a class at school. Like you can take like where I go, there's a career center that you can go to where you can learn welding. You can learn.
I'm going out of. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because I've never been in a class where they're putting stethoscopes on my chest, and so I wouldn't know. So I can't understand your example because. But Cookie, you're a teacher. What are your thoughts on the touching part, like he's talking about? Because I don't know.
No.
You there? Cookie. Something must be wrong with her microphone. Cookie, you there? Because she's a teacher. She coaches young boys, so she would be the perfect. Hello. Okay, just come back, Cookie. I don't know what's going on. She coaches young boys, so her being a female and her coaching young boys would be a great way to see how often or ever does she touch the young boys, because she's a female and she coaches track.
Well, I feel like it'd be different for a female touching a guy versus a guy. I mean, it still happens. I'm not going to say that doesn't happen.
I wanted to fuck the shit out of my teacher.
Well, that's
don't touch me.
You're a guy. You're a guy.
The boys. That's what I'm saying. The boys, her touching the boys, and have them like.
No, yeah. See, I think it's different for a female to touch guys than, like, for example, she might be a math teacher. So when a student gets something right, or they're having
she's a track coach. That means she's outside with kids in a sports environment.
Okay, so then
that could have touching.
Yeah, well then maybe if like they won like in an all-state tri-county marathon, then when they're like they get in a circle and they all start jumping and hugging each other, I don't see that as wrong. Just like a football, it'd be the same thing with like if someone scored a touchdown and everyone started like jumping on the player. I don't think that's wrong. That's not weird. Now maybe touching.
If it was a female, it would still be wrong. You do not touch your female coach. You do not touch your female teacher.
If you're all jumping around and
celebrating, maybe.
But there's nothing sexual going on. Or
you don't do it.
Why?
There's nothing.
It's when
there's nothing sexual about this right here. It's still wrong.
Yeah, well, I don't see it as wrong. I mean, they're just maybe it's a little bit inappropriate for the situation, but
it's either appropriate or inappropriate. What I want you to listen to yourself is. Oh, you hear it too? There's something. I hear something.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
It's okay. So what you're actually conveying is an oxymoron. You're saying it's wrong. It's not wrong, but it's inappropriate.
Well, there's a difference
Inappropriate means
between
wrong.
wrong and inappropriate.
Inappropriate
Wrong
means
is,
wrong.
well, no, inappropriate means that it's not right for the situation, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. I could be, let's say, if I don't know, let's see, I'm trying to find a good example that relates to school. If I, let's see.
So the definition of inappropriate is not suitable, not proper.
Yeah, for a situation, but wrong would be if it was distinctly wrong from societal norms. So, like, if I went up to a teacher and I slapped their butt, that's wrong. That's not well, it is inappropriate, but it's not wrong. I mean, it is incredibly wrong. It's harassment. But inappropriate would be like if a teacher was saying a lecture and I started to blurt out answers. That's inappropriate. That's wrong for this.
That's wrong and inappropriate. The same thing.
Yeah, I can see what you mean a little bit.
Right. So that's all I'm saying. Because the thing about it is, people have a belief system and all they want to do is argue it. But when you have a conversation with a person, and you might be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, I saw that part. I was like, "Oh well, damn."
Right. That's all I'm saying. Because you're a student and you don't really know. Because you're looking at it like, what's wrong with that? I'm an adult. So. When you get out here in this world, I ain't been in no P. Diddy parties, but I go to parties, and sometimes dudes be trying to, push up on girls a little too much, and I might have to be like, bro, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like I have to be protective of women sometimes because other dudes might just be a little too much, but let him tell it. I ain't do nothing. What are you talking about? So people don't even know that they're inappropriate when they're doing things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's why you have to sometimes put people in check and tell them what they're doing is wrong. But just in the situation where the guy was braiding hair, I don't think that matters. I mean,
okay, what about roller skating after school when nobody else is in school?
I
a
feel
desolate
like
school, and you and two 12-year-olds are skating up and down a damn hallway.
It's weird, but it's on camera.
It's weird, or wait. So you gonna say it's weird, but
it's weird, but like there's so many factors that make it not weird. Because it's in a public school where there's cameras where people can see it. There's most likely a security guard walking around, usually, or a janitor. There's people usually walking around cleaning after school. So there's still people there. There's also teachers that stay after late that have to work on papers. Like I have teachers that sometimes
he had to work on papers, not children. This man is not working on papers. He's working on 12-year-olds.
Yeah, but that means that they're not alone. They're not the only people in the entire school. Like there's people there. There's still resource officers.
Do you know how many floors are? How many floors are in your school, sir?
I have 3 floors.
Okay, 3 floors. So it's a very good possibility that he's on this floor by himself. Stop it.
That is a possibility, but that doesn't mean
that's all I'm saying. So look, hold on. Cookie, you there?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I don't know what was going on. I had to reset my phone.
So before I forget, let's start with the touching. Tell everybody who you coach and who you're around as whatever you do.
I coach 3 sports. I coach volleyball, basketball, and track. So two girls sports teams and boys track and field.
Okay.
And I teach U.S. history.
Okay.
Awesome.
So
how often do you touch the males ever? Or do they touch you?
Or celebrating?
Well, when my athlete when he performed well at regionals, he came and unexpectedly gave me the biggest hug because he was struggling before he got there. And he broke a record. So he gave me a hug. I was a little uncomfortable, but I know his mom, so it was in front of the whole stadium. So I mean, I guess I wouldn't be falsely accused. So, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a graduation, yes, you won a Super Bowl or playoffs or whatever. Yes. But after a touchdown type shit, after a goal type shit, every time type shit is what I'm talking about. Graduation, that happens once a year. Yes, you hug your
Yeah,
teacher.
they'll get a fist bump. I mean, and this is boys and girls. They'll get a fist bump. They might get a high five. I really don't like high
I'm
fives
talking about
because
body,
the
touching
germs.
your head, face, body, arm, leg, butt, waist, stuff like that.
Oh,
because everybody does fist bumps. I'll give Gabe a fist bump, but I'm not going to touch his face or his
Well,
hair.
yeah, that's yeah. But like,
well,
I
that
think
well,
like celebrating.
being that I'm a coach, I work with injuries. So you mean outside of the job
I'm just
spectrum?
saying, can somebody come and touch you other than a fist bump or a hug after a graduation? Can they touch you, and can you touch them is the question.
The way you're phrasing it is somewhat weird. I'm not saying that you can just walk up to anyone and touch them. That's wrong.
Yeah, I
There's
was just
boundaries.
about to say
There's
that
definitely
because
boundaries.
if I have a girl coming in crying to me, and her arms
Boys,
are out,
come on, Cookie. I'm talking about girl
Well,
stuff.
even boys. If like there's a boy that's like in a deep dark situation and he needs a hug, of course
I'll give him a church hug.
There's yes. Now I'm not meaning like faces on faces and like just like squeezing
I
people. That's weird.
understand. I mean, on a normal basis. I don't know
Well,
what
then
is going
no,
on with y'all. This is like, are y'all slow or something? I'm talking about on a normal. Me and Gabe, if me and Gabe are in the same class, me and Gabe are never going to touch each other other than fist bumps or either a hug at their graduation or something. Shit
Maybe if
like
you were
that.
my
Stop
age.
acting slow, y'all.
No, but if you were my age, let's say you're my age and we're in the same class, and I've
No,
known you for a
me
couple
and
of
my
years.
age is what I'm saying.
Oh, then absolutely. Well, actually, maybe.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
If like we're celebrating, but like in class, no,
Yes,
that's
at the end of the school year, you can give me a hug. We can hug each other like bro hug or whatever because you just graduated. But I'm not touching you throughout the school year unless like your dog died, your mom died. Yeah, I give you a hug. Oh man.
Yeah, no,
Can
well,
y'all
that's
shit?
common sense.
Yeah,
What do you mean? I'm
I
just
agree.
asking y'all a question. Y'all act like y'all don't have common sense. I'm just asking them a question. Do
Well,
you touch your damn students? Yes or no? Shit.
No, not typically. No. If that's
Fuck,
the
that's
answer
all
you
I'm
need to.
asking. I don't understand why that was so difficult.
Well, the way you phrased it was difficult. That's what made it complicated because you kept
We're
asking.
doing a whole live stream about some inappropriate shit. So the context of the whole conversation is understandable.
Yeah, well,
But
in the
there's where
videos, he's
I
not
don't
really.
think it was inappropriate though.
Yeah, the way he wasn't touching the kids.
He didn't
the kids
touch them.
They were playing with his
Okay.
hair.
So hold on. So now let's go to the whole conversation. So Cookie, do you think because I'm not here to make anybody think like me, so I don't have no problem with that. Do you think this hold on right here is inappropriate or appropriate right here? Cookie?
Oh, I thought you were gonna do the whole video. He's still teaching the whole class. He's directing the rest of the class. There's 4 girls. There's not just one girl. He's not sitting in between anybody's legs. I don't
Is
think
it
that.
inappropriate or appropriate is question?
No, I don't think it's inappropriate, but it just depends on the school if it's appropriate or not, and their parents.
And he posted it online for everyone to see.
Okay, that's inappropriate. That's inappropriate. No parent, no teacher needs to be letting 12-year-olds of the opposite sex braid their fucking hair.
Well,
and if
what
you
guy braids
are,
They were taking them down.
hold on. And if you are okay with that, you are inappropriate yourself. Your thought process as an adult is inappropriate. Thinking that is inappropriate.
Are you a teacher?
No.
They were taking his hair. They were taking his hair down. They weren't.
So you don't.
braiding
Hold on.
it.
Let me give you more context because hold on. Let's see. I'll give you more context so you'll get an understanding. Because sometimes random stuff you're like, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. So this is him crying like a bitch. And listen real quick. Oh, actually, no. He tells the whole story while he's getting his hair braided like a bitch. Here we go. He says
students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing, and people were just making it weird. So, of course, I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school, and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video, and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally, I asked about 4 or 5 of my...
This nigga says, so naturally I asked a bunch of 12-year-olds.
Over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out, and they all agreed.
He calls them best friends. Gay shit.
Number 2, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts? You can say whatever. I'm not here to...
Oh, I
you
know. My
Yeah.
thoughts are I teach, and I know that at the end, especially on a Friday of class, that there's so much free time, especially when the kids are excelling at what they do. Now, he made it very clear that the parents know about his videos, are able to watch the videos.
Who are the parents?
Not sure, haven't gone then that far.
Single mothers. They don't have daddy.
Have you confirmed?
None of them have daddies. I confirmed.
Okay. Okay. Well, that they got permission, and they
By the
even
single mother.
signed media content. So I think that people have a tendency to over sexualize stuff and maybe even project, but I'm not here to change anybody's mind. I'm just giving my opinion. I think the most inappropriate thing about that video is that he took up class time.
Okay. So Gabe?
I agree. I mean, he wasn't I didn't see the video until now, but he made it very clear that he also, quick side note, just because you're a single mother and you have multiple jobs, which that's not entirely true. I mean, not every single person in that entire classroom only has one mother who has 2 jobs. That's
It was a joke. It was a joke.
okay. Because I was like, that's not possible. Or that's just
You notice
the
I
biggest,
didn't argue, Gabe.
yeah.
In black neighborhoods, almost every student doesn't have a father in black neighborhoods, just so you know.
Oh, well, I mean, then fuck.
A whole school full of people with no father. Dead serious.
So then maybe they look up towards him as their father figure and someone they can trust and rely on.
There you go.
No, that's not bad, but you don't need
that is bad. Hold on. That is bad because I'm
May
glad
I say something?
Hold on, let me just say this. I'm glad you brought that up because the biggest problem with single motherhood is single mothers love to just trust any man around children, their child. So, because most of the time when children get R'd or M'd when they're little, it's under the supervision of a single mother. And either the mother's brother or the mother's boyfriend is the one that M's the goddamn child. So that is the actual problem. When there is a single mother, she entrusts her female child or male child to any male that comes around, because in her mind, nothing will happen, because that's the innocence, the childhood mindset of a woman. They don't think anything is going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Next thing you know, the child is assaulted and looking crazy.
I feel like that's just a little bit of projecting of sexism, just a tiny bit. Because
sexism means what?
Projection. Dang, Gabe.
I don't think that that's true. And the way you were,
what's not true?
I don't know if you were trying to, that every single mother just willingly lets their child. I have multiple friends that have single mothers, and that are super overbearing and protective and would not let any male just walk into their life and hang out with the child. They would absolutely be on top of the guy, watching every single move the guy did, no matter what.
So you're right. Let me add more context to what I said. Okay. Most single mothers do not do a good job at protecting their children. Almost all young people who have been emmed by somebody else in the family was under a single mother, and there was no father in the home. Usually the father does not their own child. It's usually somebody else other than that child.
It's usually the father. It's actually usually
not the biological father. Not the biological father. It's usually the stepfather. It's usually the boyfriend of the mother. Is not usually. I'm saying usually. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It's usually the non-biological father that does this, not the actual father.
Okay, can I say something?
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, Gabe, you're a student. I was just making sure that was not an alcoholic beverage that you were drinking.
Hey,
it's ginger beer. It's
ginger
beer.
Don't be snitching on Gabe. Don't be snitching on my guy, Gabe.
Hey, man, he put it on the cam, and I was just gonna tell him to delete it later. He knows I'm a teacher. I'm a check. Okay.
Gabe, you see her trying to snitch on you, right?
Good job, Gabe. Good for
I
you.
don't drink.
Good,
Shout out to
Gabe.
Gabe.
Don't start.
Right, I don't drink either, Gabe. Shout out to you.
So my next thing is, Gabe, there may be and Aaron, there may be a cultural difference. Let me tell you something. If this was being done and some little girls that look like Gabe were moosing their science teacher's hair, they would have made it out to be a lesson. I feel like our
It would have been
community
okay.
I feel like our community is the only community, and I'm talking about the Black community. So Gabe, just stay silent.
Okay.
I feel like the Black community is the only community, or the brown community, that looks at this and automatically thinks PDF out. Like, I'm
No.
serious. I've sent this to so many different people.
Hold on. This is PDF file. I didn't say that. This is PDF file. This skating up and down the damn. I don't know if you've seen this. So this is grooming right here, in my opinion. A grown-ass man after school. Look, ain't nobody on that hallway. Ain't nobody on that floor. Gabe said it might be a janitor in there, but most schools have 3-4 floors. So it's a good possibility that they are on that entire floor by themselves. You don't see a single person moving down that hall. This nigga is going skating with 2 12-year-olds. This is PDF file, not the hair thing. This is PDF file.
Oh, well, I saw the hair thing on the front. Okay. So here.
So what do you think about this?
Unless he's teaching a lesson about physics and motion, then yeah, absolutely.
Not physics and motion. Oh yeah, he's teaching about physics and motion. All right. Yes. Just a different type of motion. They ain't got nothing to do with skates. Got something to do with condoms. This shit is this nigga.
I'm not even sure if he enjoys the company of women other than to gossip.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But that doesn't make him more of a predator. I mean,
when you don't enjoy grown women, but you enjoy the company of children, that is PDF file, even if there's no sex to it. That's intimacy. Why do you feel more comfortable and more intimate around children versus adults? That's PDF file on itself.
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let Gabe speak.
Okay.
I feel like y'all don't know your children, and Gabe can attest to this because Gabe might be a good kid, and I don't know.
For the record, I call my kids and they gave their assessment out. What did you hear them?
No, I missed that, but
Yeah. So
I'll run it back.
I called one of my daughters, and she was like, "Oh, no, nowhere in this world." And I said, I gave her the same scenario, and she was like, "You would probably go up to the school and put your foot in their butt, the man's butt." And
Yeah.
she was like, I wouldn't allow, I wouldn't want, I would see it as inappropriate myself as whatever grader, you know, in the middle school. So she would see it as inappropriate. Because I said, when you was in middle school and if your teacher did that, how would you feel? She would be like, that was super inappropriate.
And I know, and it's because we live in a fear-based
No, it's because she
it
has a
is. It
father. No,
is.
it's because she has a father.
No, and
Most,
that's okay.
most of
And
these black
you
children
that's
don't
your
have fathers.
job to make her suspicious. But what
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
just inappropriate. It's not. See, y'all, Gabe, me and Gabe talked about this a second ago. It's not about like suspicious. It's about inappropriate. And then he was like, well, that's not wrong. And I was like, how is something inappropriate not wrong? See, y'all are conflating in order to fit the narrative that y'all are feeling. Either something is wrong or something is not wrong. It can't be inappropriate and still right. Y'all have to understand the how y'all feel versus the words that are coming out of y'all mouth. And Gabe, am I right or wrong, Gabe? We talked about that a second ago.
Yeah, no, I tripped up on I contradicted myself on an argument. Or not an argument, but what I thought.
Right, because you wanted it not to be something, right?
Well, yeah, I guess,
right.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying, Cookie.
Well, I just would like to just say what I was gonna say, but
Go ahead.
all I was gonna I almost forgot what I was about to say. All I was gonna say was that there are a lack of people in the
Lack of father.
teaching. No, there's a lack of in the teaching community. We get paid poorly. A lot of people do it because they like it, and a lot of people do it because
They like little girls.
no,
What?
that
No.
and they like summer break, and they hand out worksheets, and kids go to school miserable, and kids pop off. My thing about it is, if y'all don't trust these people to bond with your children and to create relationships with your children, please don't expect them to jump in front of projectiles.
Yeah.
And I say that with the utmost respect
No,
because
yeah.
Jumped in front of what? The what?
projectiles. I don't
Bullets.
want to say it live on. You know what I'm talking about.
Bullets.
Don't
We're in
expect
America.
you to jump in front of what the hell? What?
I know for a fact there are some teachers that I have that go to. I know what she's saying. There are some teachers that go to my class that are miserable, that don't enjoy teaching. They don't teach. Everyone that they teach hates the class. It's absolutely miserable. And I have some teachers that I know for a fact that I have a relationship with, that I trust, that if I needed a problem or I had something that I couldn't open up to my parents about, I could go to them. They would be the first person I would go to. And I know that they care enough about me that they would get me help. Like if I needed help with therapy, they would be the person to go to a therapist and ask them to help me. They would go to the student guidance counselors and they would be like, he needs help. I trust them.
Exactly.
She's talking about there are certain teachers, and I know a few teachers that I hate and they hate me, that for a fact would probably move out of the way of the projectiles towards me. And then I have some teachers that would absolutely put themselves in front of me to defend me, to protect me. I know some teachers that are like that, that I have a friendship with, that we talk and we have
You trust
young
with your
conversations
life.
about, that I enjoy and I like, and that would 100% defend me if there was, well, not now because I graduated, but
Right.
Just for the
So the
record,
point.
hold on. Just for the record, I don't expect no teacher to protect my child in a school. Protect your damn self, because everything is the parents' responsibility. So if my kids were stuck at a school,
Jesus.
if my kids were stuck at a school and something crazy is going on, it would be my responsibility to make sure my child is going to be safe, whether it's what I taught them what to do, you know what I'm saying? Like how to operate, what to do. Don't holler, don't scream, don't cry, climb out a window if this happens. Because I go through drills with my children. Okay. One, my responsibility. So if something happens to a certain degree, because you never know what can happen, my kids will use what I taught them to help them and not a damn teacher. And then at the same time, I would look at the teacher like they crazy if they jumped in front of a bullet for my kid. Save yourself. I'm not jumping in front of a bullet for no goddamn body other than my own children and my wife. So if I had a wife, I'll jump in front of a bullet for her. I'll jump in front of a bullet for my children. But I ain't doing that shit for nobody else's goddamn children. Them children just gonna be fucked. I'm not jumping in front of a bullet for no goddamn body other than my children and my wife.
Okay, pause. So
Okay.
that's what we're saying. That's what I'm saying. When we go into teaching, you know me. I've been accepted into 5 law schools. I teach because I love to teach and coach. You know what I mean? So I'm a teacher where kids be like, Miss Jackson, can I come to your room 4th period? I'm like, no, you will be skipping. Go back to class, get a pass, and then you can come back. I'm that teacher, okay? So you're going to sit here and do my lesson, and as long as you don't annoy me, that's fine. Some people might find that inappropriate. Why are you letting kids come to your class? Because they're failing the other one. I'm helping them with the other one, or the teacher is harassing them and they finish the worksheets that they passed out for that day. But what I'm saying is some parents appreciate teachers that actually like their job. And I feel like because this guy actually likes his job,
or little
and
girls,
whatever y'all think, I try not to call people names, especially when I'm in my teacher voice, that likes his job, is the kids are learning. They're passing the standardized test, which is rare because you can pull up his stats. I pulled up his stats. They're amazing. So the kids are learning, um, and you lose him because of insecurities, which are valid.
what? You lose
He,
him. He
he's gonna
lost
be
himself.
fired.
He's fired. He's gone. Let me tell you something, Cookie and Gabe. Just like I just said, I'm responsible for my kids, and I don't expect a teacher to jump in front of a bullet for my kids, even if something crazy happens. We all are responsible for our own children and our own decisions, okay? In every situation. So if there was a school shooting, my children are responsible for their own safety. Because at the end of the day, does the teacher know what the hell they doing? My kid may know more about how to get the hell out of this school without getting shot than the goddamn teacher. You go find around the goddamn, oh my God, teacher, you might get fucked up with a teacher.
None of the cool teachers act that way.
Whoa. Follow what your father taught you. We are responsible for our own fucking kids. And that is a problem with this single mother shit. Not saying y'all, but that's a problem with the single mother shit. These motherfuckers ain't got no daddy, so they want a teacher to be their damn daddy. They want somebody else to be their dad. No, get your own goddamn daddy. If I was a teacher, I would be like, I would be nice, I would be empathetic, but I ain't finna be y'all motherfuckers' daddy. Where your daddy at? Go get your daddy. And if you ain't got no daddy, you need to figure that shit out with your mama. Because at the end of the day, I am not responsible for y'all. Your parents are responsible for you. I'm not jumping for no bullet for no goddamn kid. None of that shit. You got to understand, we have to take responsibility for ourselves. You literally said we lost him. No, he lost himself by acting like a bitch, getting his hair done with some 12-year-olds and going live about it. The hell is wrong with y'all?
There's a very minuscule amount of black educators in the United States, let alone black men.
He would be able to do this if he ain't doing this dumb shit. This nigga skating up and down the damn.
That I don't disagree with.
That's all I'm saying.
That part I do not disagree with. Could he have saved his career by not being so extra on the internet and being like
That's
a
all I'm
Gen
saying. Look at this
Z
shit.
obsessed with
Cookie, this
getting
nigga is
views?
on roller skates in a middle school. What
Yeah,
kind
and
of
it was all,
shit
and
is
it's
this?
probably all for views. But my point was,
No. See, the thing
can
about
I?
it is we're getting away from what's actually happening. I want to stay with this. Y'all want to talk about y'all own lives. This right here is some fucked up shit. And y'all want to be like, well, in my life, is this fucked up? Yes or no? Y'all want to talk about some other shit because y'all want to be right. I'm
I
asking,
don't
is this
care about being
inappropriate?
right. I'm giving you my
Is
my
this
professional
inappropriate
opinion.
or not?
No,
That's all I'm saying.
I don't feel like that's inappropriate. I don't feel like the hair braiding was
Wait,
inappropriate.
you said earlier that this skating is inappropriate. Now
I
you
said
want
it
to
was
say,
weird.
oh my God. Gabe, you hear this bullshit? Gabe, you hear this bullshit? Hold on, I can't hear you, Gabe. You got your finger over something.
Okay. What I
So
think
weird or inappropriate. Now she's doing the same thing you did. She said it's weird, but it's not inappropriate. Do you see this bullshit, Gabe?
But how can you judge something that you wouldn't be able to connect to? Like, would I go skating down a hallway? I think it's weird because you're skating in the school that the custodians just
But it's
cleaned
not
up.
inappropriate. That's crazy. How can it be weird and not appropriate? That shit is crazy.
I mean, is it? And this is what I'm
It's
trying
either
to.
one thing or it's a not. If you think it's okay, I'm not going to argue with it. But you can't
I'm
turn around
not
and say it's
arguing.
weird, but it's not inappropriate. That's crazy.
What I'm saying is the inappropriateness for me as an educator is the fact that he's skating down a hallway in school. That's weird to me. The fact that he's with kids after school is not inappropriate to me
Skating
because
down a desolate hallway altogether is inappropriate when you add all of it together. You're trying to pull shit apart. Gabe, you hear this shit?
I'm
You hear
not
what
pulling
I
it
had to
apart.
stop
Hold
for
on,
a second.
Gabe. So just like what you said about she literally said it's weird, but it's not inappropriate. And that's the same thing you said. Do you understand what it see, Gabe? This is for you to learn from also.
Mm-hmm.
People have set narratives in their head
Yeah.
as right or wrong, right? If they start a conversation off, this is just human behavior. If they start a conversation off and say, oh, I agree with this over here, right? Almost never do they turn around and say, you know what? You're right. I agree with this over here. They almost never do. They're going to die on the hill that they started with, right? So this is what's happening with narratives. So if you start off with a narrative of the doing of the hair, right? Oh man, that's not bad. I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's cool, right? But then I show you some weirdo shit of him skating up and down the damn school when there's nobody at the school. You are going to feel compelled to stay with your narrative that's over here and be like, well, no, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Even though in your mind, you like, yo, that shit crazy. Because we naturally, as humans, want to be right. We want to win something. We want to be something. We want to stay with our original thought process. And when you get more information from a human behavior standpoint, you feel compelled to die on your heel. Does that make sense?
I still have a job. I don't feel like being right is what I'm doing. I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I'm just giving my opinion. I don't think being in the school after school with children is inappropriate. I
But it's
feel like
weird.
skating down a hallway is weird for school in general. It's like letting a kid
So that
skateboard
means it's
down the hallway.
inappropriate. Okay. Let's keep going because I'm starting to get a headache because it makes no goddamn sense. All right.
Okay.
It's either weird or it's not weird. It's either appropriate or it's not appropriate. This some dumb shit. It's either one or the other. It's either 2 times 2 equals 4, or either 5 times 5 equals 10. It ain't gonna be both. So let's keep going. This shit is fucking crazy.
Students helping me take my hair out.
But Mr. Lee, you don't teach cosmetology.
I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor.
And I'll be representing myself as the proud father of an innocent teenage girl.
I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out, and they all agreed.
And this is where things start to go south for me. You refer to them as 4 or 5 of your best friends. You know who else uses that same terminology?
I was just very
PDF files.
close as my best friend. Now who found her in the whole wide?
Just for everybody's understanding, that is R. Kelly and Aaliyah, and he was emming Aaliyah when she was 15.
Now, I'm not calling you R. Kelly, but what I am saying is oftentimes wolves disguise themselves as sheep. So taking down your braids is an absolute no for my daughter.
Facts. So my goal is to draw a line in the sand on what we need to be doing and what we don't need to be doing. I'm not the person who's going to be blurring lines like, well, it's weird, but it's not inappropriate, because that's confusion. Go ahead, Gabe.
Stop it.
But that's you get what I'm saying, Gabe?
Sure, yeah. I can understand.
Especially as men. See, women can do all this dumb shit because they're women, right? Women are always like, shit is everywhere with a woman, right? But as men, we have to get an understanding of what side we're on. All right. So my whole thing is this shit is crazy. But real quick, let's do a commercial break because I ain't pushed my card game yet, and it's been an hour. So hold on a second, y'all.
A coffee shop and play this fun dating card game. We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna
really
get wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
So for anybody that wants to avoid people like this dude skating up and down the hall with children, make sure to buy my Deeper Discussions card game. We have to make sure that the men and the women that we are out here dating, hanging out with, are not weirdos like this guy skating up and down the hallway with some damn 12-year-olds. All right. Some of you women have no idea that you're dating a dude that likes little shit like this. All right. So playing my Deep Discussions card game will give you a better understanding of what type of man you're dealing with and what type of woman you're dealing with. Because like I said, whether it's Drake, whether it's P. Diddy, or this P teacher, there's a lot of weirdos out here. And the only way you can find out is asking them questions from games like mine, Deeper Discussions card game. The link is under this video. The link is over this video. If you're watching this from Facebook, it's under the title. And also the link is hovering right around here. And it's also pinned at the top of the chat. If you want to buy my card game, hit the link under this video. All right, so I got more videos. Y'all got anything before we go to the next one?
Nope.
Okay.
Now, I do think you're a great teacher, but what I would not want is for my daughter to get that level of security with you and then move on to the next teacher, the next grade that happens to be a male, and he presents himself just like you, but he's actually Mr.
So he makes a great point. Because like I said to Gabe, I'm not saying that this dude did something. He may just be really nice, right? But this type of behavior cannot be normalized because she can get to the next teacher who actually may be on something. And next thing you know, she's like, oh, wow, this male teacher is just like my old male teacher. Oh, my God, this is amazing. And then he turns around and does something. Does that make sense?
Yes, let's see. I don't disagree with you that on certain situations it's inappropriate, but there are also a factor that
You got your finger over the microphone.
there's
okay.
also a factor that I know for a fact that in some situations it was wrong what he did, but still I think I'm solid on the fact that I don't think, in my opinion, that him having his hair braided while he was teaching or skating around, sure, it's a waste of time, but he said it was like a Friday, so like most students usually don't work as much on a Friday.
They usually go home.
So
go home to their own parents and families. They don't hang out at school unless it's like you said, practice or something like that.
That's the part I agree with you on. I do agree with that part. That wrong place, wrong time, maybe even not during class, maybe like after, if there's like permission slips have been signed, or if there are people around, then it would be normal. But the fact that he was alone is wrong.
That's all I'm saying.
Then yeah, I agree with that. I do. I just don't think, when I came in, you said that the only part that I heard was, before I started to get on, was that you said that he was hanging out with the kids and that he should go and get pussy. And I was like, that's not a good state. Like, that's not really like a statement that's factual, because I mean, if he's working, then like, I mean,
well, it's after work.
Like, yeah,
what I'm saying is, once your job is done, take your ass home and go be with a woman, go hang out with your boys, go play basketball, go live your life, sir. That's kind of like what I'm saying. Not just get pussy. I'm just saying, what grown ass man wants to clock out and hang out with children that's all I'm saying.
No, yeah, I completely agree with that.
It could be go get ice cream, whatever. Go away and go live your life. Get away from some damn kids. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree.
So it's not just about pussy. It's just about living your life as a grown man. Grown men do not clock out and hang out with 12-year-olds.
No, yeah, I agree. That's not what I was arguing about. I don't know. But yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So shout out to Freedom MMC. She was articulating the floppy, sloppy standard of foolishness that got us into this bizarre lifestyle, inappropriate, unprofessional facts. Exactly. And that's all I'm saying. And I'm not mad at you, Cookie. You're a woman, and women are usually just all over the place. So I'm never going to get mad at a woman for just being all over the place. That's what women do. It's okay. I accept women for who they are. I don't want women to be men, but it's important for men to be men. Because if this was a woman in this video, I would not be doing this show, because I believe that there is a stark difference between men and women. And as long as men are keep being okay with blurring lines like women do, we become women ourselves. And if we're going to start our own families and raise our kids and be the masculine role of our household, we have to have a certain amount of understanding of lines. We do not do blurred lines as men. Women can blur whatever the hell they want to blur. Who gives a shit? They're women. They do all kinds of dumb shit. Who cares? But as men, we have to have an understanding of what is appropriate, what is inappropriate. Women can say, that's not appropriate, but who cares? just women. Who gives a shit?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is your definition on a man?
Meaning what? There's no
Like,
definition of a
if
man.
if you were going to describe a man in your words, how would you describe it?
Well, everybody has their own perception of soda, men, a tree, a cat. If I say, what's your definition of a cat? Would it be a black cat, orange cat, a white cat, or a black cat?
Yeah, but when what is yours?
Well, what does that have to do with anything? Because it's not going
No,
to
I'm
be
just
somebody else's.
wondering. I'm just wondering, what is your definition of a man? I'm not. There's no wrong answers. It's just a question.
Well, my question is why? What's your question? Because it's leading to something. What is the reason for the question? It's okay to ask it.
No, because you said that men have direct responsibilities. Men have to get their stuff in order. You said they have to be organized, and then you said that women, you don't care because they can be all over the place. So, what is a man's? What is your definition of a man? What does he have to do to be organized? To be direct?
A man is the leader of his household. A man has a certain amount of boundaries. A man has the responsibility of leading other people. A man is an authority figure of the people he's around in most cases when he becomes an adult. So he has to lead his children. He has to lead his household. So a woman could be all over the place. But when it comes to raising children, I raised my two kids, and their mom was all over the place, whatever, because a woman, and it's okay because I was there, and my kids got both, right? Because both sides are important. Because everything doesn't supposed to be all tactical and logical, right? We have feelings, right? We have emotions, right? So when my kids wanted to be sappy and cry and whiny, I accepted that. They go to mommy, right? No problem. But when it comes to daddy, what is this? I taught my kids about sex, not their mom. I taught my kids about drugs, not their mom, right? Because a woman teaches their kids about sex in a stupid way. They'll say, well, when two people love each other, they have sex. That's the dumbest shit you can ever tell a child, because that means if we have sex, that means we love each other. Because my mother, dumbass mother, said if two people love each other, they have sex. So two kids are liking each other, they're going to be infatuated with the first time feeling of love. They're going to go have sex because a dumbass mother said when two people love each other, they have sex. That is not what sex is. Sex is biological ways of making children and reproducing. And if you have sex with another person unprotected, is a very good, you have a 70%, 80% chance that you will reproduce and make another person. So do you want to make another person as a little kid? No. Okay, don't have sex. You see how the two sides? So it's a place for women to say all this goofy shit, but it has to be a man to be able to clean it up.
So then all of that is just, sorry, I'm processing it. So I agree that men should be leaders, but then it comes to the fact, what about gay couples, or what about women only households, or what about lesbians where it's two women?
There's still a man in one of them. The manlier woman or the manlier man is going to lead the same shit.
Okay, so then how? So you said that women are all over the place. That's, I mean, sure, some women are, but you could say the same thing about some men.
Yes, and that is the reason why I do what I do, to help put men in a position where they are not all over the place, because you are not supposed to be all over the place as a man. Even if you are gay, you have to have a certain amount of structure in your life in order to not be broke and in order to be able to lead another person. So even if you have a gay lover and that person is all over the place, you want two people all flopping all over the place like fish? No, one person need to be like, hey, this is what we're going to do, and this is what we're going to do next. And the other person going to be like, thank you. So regardless of what, there needs to be a masculine role, regardless of who the couple is. It could be siblings, Gabe. You got a brother and sister?
Yeah.
Who's the masculine role of your siblings? Who's going to be like, hey, stop. We need to do
Yeah.
this. Boom. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. So even with siblings, it has to be a leader. Does that make sense? That's the reason why I didn't want to just say the definition of a man, because it's bigger than a man. It's about a role of a man. It's his role, not himself. Because like you said, he could be all over the place. He could be the feminine role. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, just the part where you say that women are all over the place, that isn't factual. I don't know a single, like, I know many women, and not a single one of them is all over the place. They have direct
What is your definition of
thoughts.
all over the place? We may have two definitions.
Someone who can't think, can't keep the same opinion straight. So someone who makes a decision and then a few little while later changes it. Someone
I'm
who
looking at indecisive. I'm looking at
indecisive.
overly anxious. I'm looking at like you said, always changing their mind. So that is usually a woman. And like you said, that could be men too, but that is usually a woman. Women don't even know what they want to eat. You ask a woman what they want to eat, she's gonna be like, I don't know. Ladies in the chat, I've seen your eyes get big. Ladies in the chat right now. Am I right about women not knowing what the hell they want to eat every day? Say yes or no. Say yes or no.
No.
Go ahead, Cookie.
My mom and my sister full on will both say what they want without even thinking about it. Like,
Gabe, I tried to reference this because I grew up around people that look like you, and I tried to reference this to my people that this is a cultural issue. It is definitely not something Gabe's gonna relate to. MLG.
Okay. I can
He's not.
understand it.
No,
Okay.
because you're not gonna understand why Mr. Let Go is saying what he's saying about women because your brain doesn't work that way, son. That's all I'm
because
saying.
because of race?
Culture. It's about culture, not race. Nothing's about race. It's about culture. Just like I talked about Drake. Drake is black, but he actually acts. He is actually a J word. That's his culture. He grew up in the J culture and not black culture. So he acts black, even though he is black, because his culture, the way he grew up, is the J word. And you know what the J word is. You just can't say certain words. Sorry, you can't even say that word on social media, but you don't know what the J word is?
Culturally, African American culture right now is not in the best place when it comes to um relationships. So you're going to hear a lot of things said that you're probably like, what the fuck? So I was just letting you know that's because
I mean,
you're rubbing your head, you know.
Yeah,
And that's
because
understandable.
Most of the things that you said and where I come from isn't true at all. I mean,
Me
most of the
either,
women
Gabe.
here are more more dominant than, I live in the South, so women speak their opinion. If you piss them off, they'll beat the hell out of you without hesitation.
They'll beat the hell out of you.
Oh, absolutely.
What South? What South are you from?
I know a few girls that could probably beat the
Where you
piss out of
from?
you.
Where you from?
South Carolina.
Oh, you in South Carolina? Okay, Cookie. He's okay. That's
That's why I said
why.
something.
Now I understand, Gabe, because you deep South. I'm in Atlanta, so South Carolina. I've been to South Carolina plenty of times. I used to teach at the prison SCDC. I don't know if you're familiar with that prison down there.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
no.
But yeah. So
Gabe said he a
I
good
understand.
kid.
He a good kid. He don't know about no prison. But yeah,
no.
I've been to prison, Gabe, but I was there as a authority figure and not a prisoner.
But still, I mean, where I'm from, women are not all over the place. Women speak their mind. They're open. They tell you what they want. I don't know. The girls that I've dated, when I ask them what they want, they say what they want. They're not like, I wonder what I want. And also the way you said it, it was kind of like a mockery tone. And I don't know. It's just, that's not at all how the women that I'm here,
It's okay. Yeah, as you get older, you'll run into them. You're like, oh, that makes sense. But
And
I
he might
accept it.
not
No, because I mean, I've
because
dated tons of girls. I mean, tons of girls, and every single one of them was direct. They were open. They were good at communication. They weren't
Well, Gabe,
confused.
that there's a specific reason that that may be. Men attract somewhat, I'm not going to say the opposite of them, but overly
No,
masculine man is going to attract the loopy girl. Okay, the man that isn't overly masculine may actually attract an overly masculine girl. Does
yeah,
that make sense?
yeah.
Because the it's always some opposite, because like we talk about gay couples, lesbian couples, men and women, sometimes it'll be a masculine woman and not a feminine man, but a man that would follow the woman instead of the woman following the man.
No, I
And that's
understand what you're
why
saying.
I did not want to say the definition of a man, because I was mainly talking about the masculine role and not a man. So I'm agreeing with you, but there are women out there like that. But if it's like with me, if I turn around and say, I only attract this type of woman, it's because of who I am portraying or giving a certain amount of energy out. That is what I'm attracting.
Okay, I mean, okay. I mean, I see what. Uh,
We
yeah,
attract the opposite of us. We attract differences of us. I'm not going to attract a masculine woman that acts like me. I'm going to attract somewhat a demure woman that is going to sit down and be quiet type shit. And I'm not saying she's supposed to do that, but she's going to want to sit down and be quiet because I'm somewhat the opposite of sit down and be quiet.
Gabe's face is taking me out.
yeah.
Like I'm somewhat of a military minded person or whatever, right? So I'm not going to attract a military minded woman. I can attract a woman that's in the military, but she gonna sit her ass down somewhere because she's used to being under a military person. So she won't be the military person. She would, in her mind, be under a military person, be with me. So yeah.
Oh,
All right. Go ahead.
okay.
All right. So let's keep going. Go ahead, Cookie. You got something?
No, I'm tickled
I'm
with Gabe.
just one.
All right. So hold on.
Mr. R. Kelly. This is why I think that there should be clear boundaries between students and teachers.
You hear that, right? Clear boundaries. That is what I'm saying. The masculine role needs clear boundaries. They require clear boundaries.
There's so much more stirring of the pot to do. I'll be live at 8:30 Central Standard Time where we'll be discussing this subject in greater detail and much more.
As someone who is nonstop commercial free, continually in trouble with her district, dragged in a Zoom disciplinary meeting every 5 to 7 business days, I knew you was going to lose your job. I mean, was this not the outcome we all knew was going to happen?
Exactly.
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. What other outcome could there be? You know, partial suspension, pending investigation, leading to disciplinary action, leading to you losing your job. Because who told you to post that?
Right.
Who told you to show their faces? Who told you to even do that in the first place? You started the video off with, let me stir up the pot. Like, for real?
Facts.
Right, wrong, boundaries, bonding. Look, you're at work. Do your job. Don't post the kids. Stay off of social media and then go home and end your day. Like, that's
But that's the thing. He don't want to go home because there are no children at home.
it. And you asked us to ask you what we thought about it. And when we told you what we thought about it, you got mad. And now you home with your podcast equipment, reading the letters from your
Crying
students.
like a little bitch. Like this.
Come from this video that I. You should know that the class and others got your back.
Yeah,
You will always stand by. Miss you. See you later.
Can't even talk.
Hi, Mr. White. We've been seeing all this stuff.
Hey,
going
bestie.
on, and so has your other former students, and I just want you to know that we're standing with you. I'm literally in my junior year of high school right now, and seeing this, seeing all this, you were of your students and former students are doing. Have a good heart when it comes to dealing with children, and that's
Go
probably
drive
never
a
going to change. But
forklift.
we know parents, staff, etc. None that there knows that there has. I knew I could go to if I was having any problems. Continue being you, and don't let anyone change you.
Don't let anybody change you.
What's up, Mr. White?
God.
I know that
With a
your
little sad
situation may
music
not
playing
be
in the
looking-
background.
Remember your Bruce Lee quote.
As my dog
Can't
licks
wait
me
for
in my
your
mouth
return.
and licks the microphone.
P.S. Your Air Maxes are in the boys' locker room. I seen them
Pause.
today after practice, and I didn't know what to do with them, so I just put them in there.
Oh my God. It's so sad.
Bestie, we miss you.
Hey, bestie.
What? I have a headache. I didn't want to talk about this week.
Hold on. Y'all missed when he said, "Hey, bestie." Is in the beginning. Hold on, where it is? Where is it? Hold on. He said, "Hey, bestie." I think that's the first letter.
Controversy that has come from this video that I posted.
Hey, bestie.
I wanted to come on here and read some of the messages that my students are sending me during.
Here you go. With breathing.
Some of the messages that they've been sending me.
Jussie Smollett.
During this time.
Hey, bestie.
Hey, bestie.
Hey, bestie.
I really hope that you see this message.
Oh my God. All right, so we keep going. Jussie Smollett.
Past equipment. Reading the letters from your students. Talk about, hey, bestie, we miss you. What? I have a headache.
Jussie Smollett head ass.
I didn't want to talk about this week, but you knew what you were doing. You wanted to go viral. You probably want to be an influencer. And you had no problem showing your school logo, showing those kids' faces, and then taking the live, bringing it back to us, speeding it up, and posting it again.
Hey, bestie, if you want to be my best friend, buy my dating card game. If you want to find your bestie, the first thing you need to do is buy my Deeper Discussions card game, and I will be your bestie. Deeper Discussions card game is under this link, and buy my Deeper Discussion card game. I'm not going to be your bestie, but I would say thank you, because ain't nobody my goddamn bestie, because that's what girls be doing. But back to the videos. Buy my Deeper Discussions card game.
So now that you have no job, honey, you're not a victim.
You're not a victim.
This is of your own making and of your own doing, sir. Especially as black teachers, black male teachers, you can't have any hint or semblance of impropriety at any level, at any age, with any of your students.
Don't tell me I can't be no victim. I'm a victim. Put the music in the background. Why I'm petting my dog.
Remember your Bruce Lee quote.
Lick the microphone, dog.
Can't wait
there
for
we go.
your return.
You can't. Listen, my husband said, and he's taught elementary, middle, and high school. You gotta dot those I's and cross those T's and be on your P's and Q's at all times, because the district is watching, the community is watching.
Hold on, real quick. Do you think he asked the dog to lick the microphone? When the dog licked the microphone, do you think he's like, all right, lick the microphone? Do you think he put some peanut butter on the bottom of the microphone to like get the dog to lick the? Because that part right there almost made me cry when he licked the microphone. What do y'all think? You don't think that he put some peanut butter at the bottom of the
I
microphone?
plead the fifth. Absolutely not.
What, y'all? Like, come on. Like,
P.S.
That
Your
was
Air
funny.
Maxes are
That's
in the
a funny
boys' locker
comment.
room.
That was funny.
I see them.
That was
what's
funny.
that?
That was funny. That was a funny comment. That was funny. No, yeah,
I'm just saying.
Today after practice, and I didn't know what to do with them, so
I
I just
didn't
put
know
them in
what
the
to
air.
do. While my
grocery
dog
quote is,
licks the back of my neck.
If you
Look at the
have an
dog having
emotional reaction
empathy.
to anything,
You know what?
someone
We need to
says,
be like this dog, y'all. We need to have some empathy for this young man. Look at the dog with it. Oh, wait, is this inappropriate?
if you have an emotional
This is
reaction,
inappropriate. This is inappropriate touching. Look at the dog. Y'all.
Why did you pause it right there?
It's inappropriate. The dog has his paw on his shoulder, y'all. This is inappropriate. So let me ask y'all, was this inappropriate for the dog to have, look at this shit. This is inappropriate. The dog should be fired.
anything.
Look at this shit.
Said,
He's licking the back of the boy's neck. Fire this dog. This man
your
is
Air Maxes
crying,
are in the boys'
and the
locker
dog
room.
is trying to take
I seen them
advantage of
today
him.
after practice.
Look at this shit. I think the dog is trying to take advantage of him at his most vulnerable time. Look at this shit. The dog is trying to have sex with him. Look at this shit. I'm just saying.
Clearly, you don't own a pet.
That is inappropriate. Gabe, is that inappropriate? That's inappropriate. Gabe, what do you think? Is that dog trying to have sex with him?
Absolutely. No. Yes. Absolutely.
I'm just saying. And guess what, y'all? The way the dog is acting, that's why the dude is so touchy-feely when he has school. Because he's used to it happening at home. I'm just saying.
No, clearly that's a joke.
No.
Is he touchy-feely, though?
Wait. Okay.
He's licking him on the back of the neck.
We were doing a bit, were we not? That's what we were doing. We were doing a bit. You're not serious.
We're just joking, Cookie.
Yeah,
Calm down.
That's what I
Golly.
thought. Yeah.
Golly. You know how to, I'm sure the dog, when he got done crying, the dog started humping him because, you know, to console him. That's all I'm saying. Maybe he's used to being consoled by his dog. That's all I'm saying.
You can't do certain things. You can't post it online just so you can go viral. You can't say certain things. You can't do what you want to do and say what you want to say. And there's so many different ways to build community and relationship with your students. There's so many different things that you can do. And I know because I do them every day. So let's wrap this up because I'm done talking about that man, his head, and them kids. Next up, we're going to talk about Howard University, that ghetto-ass graduation, and how they gaslighting everybody.
Whoa. No, what are you talking about?
You got to go to the internet and ask. I don't want to throw all their hard work up actual.
That's what we're going to talk about next.
Oh, and I have a dog in the back. So in a second, I'll bring them up. I need you to show your face, dog, before I bring you up.
This male teacher had his girl students unbraid his hair in class, and he also live streamed it. Now there's a big discussion circulating on the internet on whether or not this was appropriate. When I first saw the video, I thought it was weird but harmless with the way he explained it. He said he couldn't do it before work because he had something to do in school that day where he had to look presentable. And on top of that, his appointment was right after work, so he wouldn't have the time to unbraid it by himself. It's at the end of the day when the kids finished their schoolwork, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it seemed like the kids were excited to do it. They had their combs and everything. Looks like the students like him a lot. He's probably the cool teacher of the school. A lot of the comments were on his side, saying that this is normal in the black community, how we need to stop actualizing little girls. Now, I can only speak to my experience, and I went to predominantly black schools my whole life. This would never fly with the black teachers at my school. I mean, they did not play about their job. They were all extremely educated. I mean, at least 2 bachelor's, master's, doctorate degrees. No matter how cool they were, they wouldn't do anything that would be deemed inappropriate at school because they did not want to throw all their hard work away. You couldn't even step too close to their desk or they tell you to back up. Although I don't think this teacher is this malicious, scary guy, this is still highly inappropriate, and if you didn't want the criticism, you shouldn't have been on live during school hours. And I also thought about if either one of my daughters came home from school and told me that they were unbraiding their teacher's hair, especially if it was a man, there would be a big problem. Either he gonna have to lose his job or she won't be in that class.
We got the dog.
And I like it. Just the way she is.
So this is what they was doing when they got off the live. So just want to
crazy.
Where did you even find that?
That's crazy.
That's the dog.
Dark web, animal internet. Let me find out you a fuzzy. What is it, a Furby?
Dog porn. This is dog porn right here. He's licking on the back of his neck. This is intimacy. Look at this shit.
No, it's
the same thing. The same thing. Same thing. Y'all nasty with them dogs.
Any harm. He should have been way more responsible. Like, don't schedule your hair appointment on a school day. Don't go on live during school hours. Don't post your students on the internet unless you're giving them a cut of that check that you're getting from TikTok. Obviously, there's people
Right, Jesse Smollett head ass.
that would be cool with this, but if it's to the point that you got to go to the internet and ask, and it's causing this huge debate to the point that you got to defend yourself on live, to be on the safe side, you just shouldn't allow it, period. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, and what's this normal in your schools?
Not wet.
Tell your mom what you said.
Did we help my teacher take his braids down at school? You did what?
True heart. Are you okay?
See, I would have put my little souffle down and I would have been heading up to the school to put my foot in his ass. I wouldn't. He still got his little souffle in his hand.
That's so inappropriate.
It is extremely inappropriate. The fact
It ain't no explaining. Because my kid would have known not to do that shit anyway. You already lost, buddy. Your daughter already did it. Your daughter is already in a grown ass man's face already. You failed, sir.
Or at least
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So basically we're just we're just taking the fact that he knows the parents out of the equation.
Take the who what?
We're taking the fact that he knows the student's parents out of the equation. Is that correct?
I don't know. I don't understand the question.
He knows the student's parents. He made that very clear.
He knows all the students' parents?
That were in his head,
said that?
yes. He did.
When did he say it? I don't know.
He said it during the initial video.
Right here?
No, what during the hair braiding and with the
Some of the
over.
Oh, the hair braiding part. Hold on, let me see. Is this it? No, that's not it. Where's the hair braiding part? Oh, it's right here.
During COVID, you quite literally
During
helped me through
COVID.
it. Can't wait for your return.
It's right here.
Get on my. Since it was Friday.
All right, right here.
Shoot up. I had
All right, so let's see. Sir, the video's over. You don't need to cry anymore.
And P.S.
It's over.
We also fed your kids for you. And my kids are my animals that are at the school, and logging before I tweak out is something that I say to them.
Not having animals at the school.
And when they get on my nerves, so.
What school did you go to? Your science teacher didn't have animals?
This thing got dogs. Oh, Gabe has a dog too.
Oh yeah, I've got 2.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
So I don't know nothing about no having no pets at school, Cookie. I don't know what the hell. I don't know where y'all from.
I went to school in the suburbs, and we had animals in the science classroom. We had a lizard, a gerbil,
Oh
we
yeah, I did
had
that
a
as well.
snake.
Y'all
We
had
had all
ownership
kinds
there?
of animals in our science classroom. I don't think that that's abnormal.
I don't think he's a science teacher. I think he's a roller skating teacher.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't know.
also, I gotta
He
go. I
teaches.
enjoyed the talk, though.
All right, Gabe. Thank you for pulling
It
up,
was
man. I
nice meeting
appreciate
you.
it.
Bye,
Nice meeting you,
Gabe.
brother.
Bye.
All right. But yeah, apparently he teaches roller skating and calculus. I don't know. So I don't know. But he said something right here.
Let's
They
go ahead
don't
and stir
teach
the pot a little,
calculus in
shall
middle
we?
school. He's a science
Last
teacher.
Friday,
There's a
10 minutes
lizard in
before
his
dismissal
lap
time,
if
I
you
decided
watch
to
the whole
live stream
video.
Oh,
me and
okay.
my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate.
So you saying it's right here?
If you watch the whole
And other
video,
people
Mr.
saying
Let
this was
Go.
completely fine. There was nothing wrong with
I
what I
don't
was
watch all
doing.
this
People were just
bullshit.
making it weird.
I know you
So of course
haven't.
I had to bring this issue to the
Most
big
of the
stage.
people in the chat
I
haven't.
would like to represent myself in this case.
Because we're not
if I may.
weirdos.
Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school, and
I don't want to see that dumb shit. I had a hair appointment. Get this nigga out of here. Look at this dumb shit, Cookie. Look at this shit.
No, sir.
Thanks, man.
How was your birthday, man? What was your wish for this year?
Well, kind of hung out in Vegas, did a show, then went to an after party, and I don't know, there wasn't enough chicks, man. It's, dudes, you know, it was a sausage fest, man.
That sounded like the type of night I want to have in Vegas.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
Well,
That's
you know, it's
funny.
This is his Instagram.
you know, my homie just threw a party and a bunch of families. You know, man. You know.
I just feel like we gotta utilize that time.
Maybe next time, bro.
Right now.
Right now? Well, I got dinner, you know, with my chick, bro.
Dinner's on me.
Well, thank you, man, but I really gotta go, man. You know, swear to God.
Don't bring a God into this situation.
No, I wasn't. I was just like,
I shut the fuck up.
oh man, come on, just chill the fuck out, man.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
All right, man. Yo, fuck you. I'm out of here, man.
None of it's true. Now, watch this. This is when Michael Jackson was getting convicted, or whatever you want to call it, of messing with you know, being a PDF file, right? And this dude is looking like a PDF file, along with him looking like a girl with his little buns. But is it weird that he's hanging out with children but doing a video like this?
None of it's true. None of it's true. It's BS. They made it up. They lie.
I'm the cool young teacher. Of course I.
Did you read what it said?
Did I read what was said?
The video. That's complete teacher humor. You wouldn't get it.
No, I don't. You don't play around with little kids and shit, and then turn around and make a video as Michael Jackson, who was allegedly playing around with little kids. You don't do that. Sorry.
Okay. Y'all thinking real deep into it. I'm sensing projection, not from you, but the chat is real fired up, you know. Think some of y'all
Projection of
think
what
they're
though? You think we're PDF files?
no,
Projection means somebody else is something
no.
that. So what is the word projection you're using? You said projection. What are they or we
Projection
projecting?
as in growing up in a household where you did not feel safe growing up in a household where
Or going to school
uncles
when you don't feel
things are
safe
swept
because
under the rug and everybody around you is potential PDF files and just living in a state of fear. That's what
I'm a
I feel
parent.
like people are projecting because people are calling a man names and he hasn't been convicted of anything. Where are his actions?
People have the right to say what they in the comment section. They just commenting.
Oh,
Comments
I
section.
know, but you know, comments lead to Me Too movement, which lead to firing. I
Dude,
mean, so
yeah, just like him. Yeah, it
I
leads to
know that's what I'm
dudes
saying.
like
But
this
he
getting their
didn't even
asses
get
fired.
convicted of a crime, and now he has no job
Out here
though.
taking out beforehand.
Oh, he can drive forklift. I said drive forklift.
Oh, he
So
absolutely could do that, but
yeah, so
he
he
was a
drive forklift.
teacher
He drive
and
forklift.
chose to be a teacher. That's all I'm
Drive for
saying.
FedEx and leave kids alone. Go like it would behoove him to go find a job where there are no children. That's all I'm saying. There are plenty childless jobs out there. You know, I wouldn't say for him to work at a daycare center. You know what I'm saying? You know,
He
I would just
hasn't
say,
been convicted, so he'll be able to get a job anywhere. But
but it'd be
we can
nice for
agree
him.
to disagree, huh?
I'm just saying it'd be nice for him to just drive a forklift or some shit and stay away from kids. That's all I'm saying. It would be nice.
You know what's even crazier? This is just off the rip. I've worked in I haven't worked in a district where a PDF file hasn't been found, and 90% of the kids that fell victim to the shit had two-parent households. It's actually the kids with the single parents who are the most paranoid. I saw that on
Paranoid don't
Twitter.
mean nothing when mama believe her boyfriend.
Boyfriends aren't teachers, so
I'm talking about teachers. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Never mind. I don't know what you're talking about.
it's fine.
So you talking about teachers and shit. I'm talking about life. I don't want you. You have this allegiance to teachers. So whenever a teacher do some dumb shit, you're like, oh my god, but he's a teacher, so it's okay. I get it. You have the
No,
allegiance.
absolutely not. When teachers
I
do
have
the
an
illegal
allegiance
stuff.
to. I have an allegiance to bald head dudes. So you know what I'm saying. So I get it. So if a bald head do some dumb shit, you ain't see me talking about Tyrese because he bald headed. You know what I'm saying? The
Oh my
Rock.
god.
I ain't saying about The Rock because I haven't. So I get it. I get it. I understand.
I have
That
no
all I'm saying is I
allegiance to
understand.
anything but myself. What I'm saying is
You ever hear me talk
right,
about bald head dude?
huh?
You ever hear me talk about bald head dude? No. If this dude was bald head, I wouldn't did this video.
Oh my god.
What? I have an allegiance, so I respect your allegiance to teachers. It's okay.
School of the teacher that
Oh, and let me just play this first.
Oh my god. This dog. What is that made of? I wonder.
took his hair down
I don't know.
is
It's a
responding to my video, and I
Cheerio. What are
want
you
to
talking about? It's a Cheerio. What is a Cheerio made of?
There's no way that's a big ass Cheerio. That's a
That's not a
dog treat.
Cheerio. Wait, that's
No.
not. That's a Cheerio, right?
Ask your audience if that's a Cheerio.
I don't know. It's a
Dogs
big
hate
Cheerio.
Cheerios.
I don't know.
show me. I want to acknowledge that your feelings are caught up in this, and I'm so sorry for that. I'm sorry that your experience.
Oh, wait, she's talking to a student and she's schooling the student, and because the student's like, "Oh my god, my favorite sissy teacher, he lets me do anything to him. I mean, anything with
I
him."
would agree that he probably is part of the Rainbow Coalition, the other one.
So I'm saying, you know, and girls love the little sissy dudes. It's
Or at
okay.
least one of the students in the school of the teacher
So this is the student up here. I can't read the message, but she's gonna talk to the person.
that allowed the student to take his hair down is responding to my video, and I want to speak directly to this young man. I want to acknowledge that your feelings are caught up in this, and I'm so sorry for that. I'm sorry that you're experiencing pain and hurt and frustration, and you're worried that he may get dismissed or fired. I can relate to those emotions, and I'm sorry that you're experiencing that. I truly am. But as an adult, I have to acknowledge or, speak to you from an adult space, right? And say there's a difference between intention and impact. And
she's talking to you.
intention is what you mean to
To
do,
who?
what was in your heart, what you were trying to
No, she not.
communicate to somebody. But the impact is what actually happens to the person in the situation. And I think while your teacher's intentions were positive, I don't think the impact is positive. And I'm sure that you are tired of hearing adults tell you, when you get older, you'll understand, right? That you just don't
When you get older, you'll understand, Cookie.
quite get it yet. So I won't bore you with saying that. I will say that I hope you feel safe enough to talk to your family and your parents about your emotions and your feelings. And I hope that your school has an outlet like a school.
Nah. Oh, you talking? Yeah, the kid, not the dude. But yeah, he in there
I
trying
hope
to
he
impact.
doesn't get fired. He's on administrative leave right now, which is an investigation where they'll find nothing.
Means he's fired,
So
so he can go drive forklift. So he's trying to impact them kids, and that's why they need to get him up out of there. So yeah, most likely he'll be fired, and he can go drive forklift.
you want to put
Therapists.
some money on it?
What's wrong with driving a forklift, Cookie? Are you against forklifts? Forklift
No,
drivers?
some of the finest men on this planet drive forklifts. Stop
So
playing
are
with
you
me.
forklift drivers shaming right now?
No, I said some of the finest men in this country drive forklifts.
So
I
why
have
can't
nothing
he go drive a forklift? Why are you against him driving a
because
forklift?
he didn't do anything. He could at most be written up. He didn't commit a crime
But why can't he drive a forklift is all I'm asking. Why are you against people
because
who
he
drive
has a
forklifts?
job already
No, he
teaching.
doesn't.
He
He
hasn't been
doesn't.
fired.
Yes, he
He's on
has.
admin leave.
No, he's fired. Hey, you can believe what you want, but I have some inside sources, okay? And nigga fired. But y'all can think what y'all want to think. I have inside sources. I got receipts.
Counselors that you can talk to. And I hope that your teacher comes to a place where he can apologize
And go drive forklifts.
Crabs in a
for the
bucket.
inappropriate behavior, because unfortunately that is what it is.
What do you have against forklift drivers? I just don't understand.
I said crabs in a bucket. I
This
have
is
a problem.
inappropriate.
I have a problem with our community in general, but forklift drivers, absolutely, go get that money. I have no problem with that.
Okay, I'm just saying. I just feel like you're forklift driver shaming,
If
and
I could
I
drive
don't
a
know why.
forklift, I would drive one during the summer when I'm off. Even though I still get paid, I get two checks. I just can't drive a forklift. And they're dangerous and it's not feminine, but I mean, the money they get is crazy.
Yeah, I used to drive forklift. I'm gonna go drive forklifts when I'm not doing videos.
Um, yeah, that's all I got, sweetheart. And I really am. I'm sad for you, but I do think your frustration, I won't say should be directed at your teacher, but unfortunately, he is the one responsible for the hoopla around the situation. So have a good night.
I'm going to share my opinion on this as somebody whose parents have been teachers for almost, my dad just retired, I think at like 36 years, and my mom is nearing her like I think 32nd year mark. My teachers, mind you, I'm an upcoming senior in college, I'm 22. My teachers, even the younger ones,
Never
would have let me do some shit like that.
Exactly.
They don't even think to say that.
Right.
And before anyone says anything, I'm not talking specifically about him, okay? I'm not talking about him. But there were so many of those teachers, like the female English teachers who would be like giddy with certain male students or male athletes. Or like even back in my parents' day, my dad told me that there was a teacher who would literally walk around massaging girls' shoulders in his high school.
Hold on, this just in. The guy's last name was Kelly.
Ha ha.
That's crazy. Oh my God. Okay, back to the video. Oh crap.
School, like he would massage their shoulders or like ask them to massage his shoulders. Okay, creepiness is not unseen in education. Again, my parents are teachers. I've been surrounded by teachers my whole life. They would never allow that in their classroom.
Ever.
I don't look. There's different ways to build community and bonds with your students than doing something like that. First of all, as a teacher, my parents always went to school and they were always ready to go. My mom might have had to finish her makeup in the car. My dad might have had to slick some gel in his hair before he went in. But when they got into that classroom, when they got into that school, they were put together. And they didn't take down something until they got home.
Right. What kind of weirdo is at school getting his hair taken down by anybody? Only a weirdo would do some shit like that.
Or they were in the car and my mom would change out of her heels into like some flip-flops or something because her feet were hurt, right? Why are you taking down your hair at school as a teacher?
Because he's a weirdo, an absolute weirdo.
And I'm not a parent, but to those parents and people who teach children right now saying that this is okay, I need you to instill some boundaries in your fucking brain. I need you to know that there are boundaries and there's authority that teachers have.
Say boundaries, Cookie.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Say boundaries.
Boundaries?
Yeah, that's what she was talking about. Boundaries.
That should never be
Oh,
breached.
I checked out on her. She
Should
annoying.
never be breached.
Why? Because she's speaking facts. You fact shaming now.
No, I'm not fact shaming. She whispering, and I'm like, why is she whispering?
You have a problem with her big forehead? You're shaming her. That's
My
what you're doing.
forehead is big.
So why are you shaming her for her forehead?
I'm not shaming anybody. I just don't. Her voice is annoying me. She whispering for some weird reason. And it's like
Wow.
ASMR.
So your voice shaming. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
I lost her. So when you said say boundaries, I didn't even know why I said it. So give me an applause if you got a soundboard. Yeah, because I said boundaries without even knowing why I was saying it.
It's okay. You voice shaming. That's crazy, but it's okay.
That's weird. I'm not saying he's a weirdo specifically, but he's a weirdo for broadcasting that. He's a weirdo for broadcasting those girls' faces. I don't care if the parents sign a thing talking about something they can be on social media. I don't think they meant specifically his social media. I don't think that's what that meant. I think that means the school's social media. If I'm wrong, you can correct me. At the end of the day, it's weird. Not like in a sexual way, but it opens the door for sexual predators to know what these girls look like, to know what school they go to know that they are of an age where they might think an older guy is attractive. I mean, like, we've all been in school, we've seen it. You know, you get a crush on a teacher or something like that.
Yep.
Stuff like that happens. These are impressionable young women. These are impressionable young people.
No,
Black
that's
girls
the
in our
parents' fault.
Huh?
Y'all shouldn't be getting crushes on people. What?
Wait, what? What are you talking about? We all had.
It's the teacher's fault that the kids hot in the ass.
No, we're saying set boundaries because the teachers because the kids are hot in the ass. There's a difference. Set boundaries because the kids are hot in the ass. You don't think those girls want to fuck him? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, black girls are already not praised enough. They are already not respected enough. They are already assumed to be grown when they're not. He's giving people more ammo to do that to them. He's giving more people ammo. Hear me again. He's not doing anything good for those girls. He's not doing anything good for those students by doing that. I need y'all to be so fucking for real right now about this teacher. What he needs to do is he needs to apologize. I don't care if the parents were okay with it. Apologize to the parents, apologize to the students, take all that shit down.
And get a job at a forklift driver place. And then he'll be okay. I bet he can't even drive a forklift. So
I would agree with that. If I agree with anything on this podcast today, it would be that he cannot drive no damn forklift. Absolutely not in it. Did you see his bicep?
I'm not looking at no dude's bicep.
I'm pretty sure I bench more than him.
I just wanted to say hi to my favorite teacher. It's good, my.
Oh, his
He ain't
bicep.
driving
Yeah,
he ain't
yeah,
driving no forklift.
yeah.
He pulling
Yeah.
his shoulder out of the socket day one.
Poor guy. But no, I'm just saying, like, we need to watch these little weird looking dudes because you know, he's probably into some things that we don't know. And yeah, he needs to just, I don't know, work at a. Why in the hell is he cutting my grass? What the fuck? All right.
It's Saturday. I mean, it's grass day.
He just cut my damn grass already. Why the hell? He okay, never mind. He must be
trimming.
He just cut my grass. So why the hell is he cutting my grass? I don't know what's going on. All right, so let me go. I need to find out what the hell is going on because he better not be charging me unless he's cutting it for free. Unless he's cutting the neighbor's yard and just ran. I don't know because
it's probably the neighbors.
No, he's in my backyard cutting my grass.
Oh,
he just cut my grass last week. What the fuck is he doing? But okay, I don't know. Because I was wondering, because you know, you hear a lawnmower, you're like, that's my house. You know,
it's right there.
Yeah, so I'm like, what the hell is going on? All right, y'all, let me go because I need to find out what the hell is going on. He just cut my grass like 4 or 5 days ago. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you might want to check that. He might be trying to double dip.
Right.
It's hard out here in the streets right now.
Right. Hell no. But all right, y'all. I'm coming back for everybody watching. I'm coming back to do another live, probably I think around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. We're going to talk about these manosphere cornballs. They just got caught up in stuff. And
ooh, can I come back?
Yeah, you come back. So we're going to talk about the manosphere cornballs in a few hours. So yeah, just look for me to go live again, and that's going to be a fun live. So talk to you later.
Thanks for having me. Even though you tried to roast me, that's okay.
How? What? Saying you're cuz you was shaming forklift drivers, and I just need to stand
not
up for the
shaming anybody. I was just giving my educated opinion
on forklift drivers, and you never drove no forklift. See, that's what women be doing.
Oh my God.
Ain't never drove no forklift, but want to talk mess about forklift drivers. So talk to you later.
I complimented forklift drivers.
Whatever. All right. I'll be back though.
All right, bye.
Meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game. We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh.
Thank you, Rudy. Appreciate you. Thank you, Mitch. Appreciate you. Thank you, Angie. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Rudy.
What's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.